He working today and tomorrow. So it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday. Then off Wednesday.
Yes.
And aren't you working Thursday?
I am.
Yeah. Did I get it right?
Yeah, but I'm off Friday.
Yeah, but that's why your Thursday is to Friday.
So Thursday is my Friday?
Yeah, so if today's your Tuesday, tomorrow is your Wednesday. I know you're off Thursday, which would be Wednesday, and then you work Christmas Day. You have to work one of the football games, which is unfortunate, but then that would make it your Friday. Christmas. I don't know. I'm trying. It's actually my Thursday. No, that's the way the week is going to work. We've got some days off this week.
I've done the math. Checks out.
Yeah, well, the world agrees. Yeah, welcome in. I will be here with Chris today and tomorrow. All our shows are around in some version today and tomorrow. And then off for the Christmas Eve. Christmas, we have a bunch of sports for you. A lot of football. And then Friday, all the shows are off, which is nice. I think we've earned it. I think we've deserved it. And because the Kings won last night, they're allowing us to have Friday off.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh, shoot. Was that too soon? You know what, Chris? Good point. I have NBC Sports California on right now, and the game is just about to start. So Westbrook, DeRozan, Raynaud, Precious Achiuwa, and Keegan Murray go on versus Amin Thompson, Josh Okogie, Alperen Şengün, Kevin Durant, and Jabari Smith. Ooh, I don't like that.
I think for the Kings to have a chance, they need to get off to a hot start.
That's probably true. They haven't been. I bet if they get off to a good start, you're right. I like their chances. But Houston's really good. So we'll see how that one goes. We'll keep you up to date. It must be live, so we'll let you know how it goes with instant updates.
Are you saying there's a chance for a morning beam?
Ooh. Chance, but, I mean, they're heavy underdogs. And we'll see how they do. We'll keep you up to date on that one. Actually, I didn't love the fact that last night's game was 7 o'clock. So, I mean, he played Saturday night at 7. That's the one I literally said, I don't care. Play 9 overtimes. Like, I don't have to get up early on Sunday, but I have to get up early after the Sunday game. So that one I preferred to go quickly. They reversed the order. Last night took a long time, but I didn't help myself at all because I got home, had to work on the show, work on Rewind a little bit. Still amped, still fired up. And then, honestly, the replay was on, and my wife missed the end of the game, so she was watching some of it. And then I'm like, oh, you got to see this part. Oh, wait till you see this play. Oh, you know what? I got to see if this was really a foul. And then before long, I finished the game again, and I went, it's 1 o'clock. What am I doing? Having a ball, having a blast, watching the Kings a second time. And you know what now? I'm watching them a third time. Chris, would 2-2 qualify as a quick start?
I think you need to go on a little bit of a run.
All right. this is the Kings you're talking about. So history says likely not happening, but we'll see. Anyway, so that's our setup for today. We got a big show. It's Monday. There was a busy weekend of sports. We got a lot of NFL to cover. We got a lot of NBA to cover. Kings playing Saturday and Sunday night. We'll tell you about the week ahead. To help us along the way on the show, we will visit at 9 o'clock with Matt Barrows, because the 49ers, hey, guess what? They're in the postseason. They didn't even play yesterday, but they made the playoffs. So we will talk about the Niners and their playoff road. And they have, at one point we said, the Niners could be as the 1 seed. They could be the 5. They could probably be the 6. They could be the 7. They could be out of the playoffs. Not anymore. Take that away. So now we know they're one of the 7. If they win tonight, they help their odds on being the number 1 seed. And the goal, the dream, the desire is to win tonight, win next week, win the following week, and be the 1 seed and never have to leave Santa Clara again. And if they win their playoff games, they will host the Super Bowl. And a year where they've had everything kind of go against them, they're having one of their amazing seasons. So we will talk about that today. Obviously, we will get into the Kings. We will have a rewind, a supersized rewind that I believe Chris is still working on. I got wordy in rewind today, so we'll see how that goes, because we had to cover the Saturday game and yesterday's game. We will have 4 Down territory today. We also will recap our Celebrity Pick 6, brought to you by our friends at Roosters on the River. Wink, wink. Looks like there's a show meeting at Roosters on the River today. Is that still happening?
I'm going. Are you going?
I'm going.
Does Dave remember?
You know what? Fortunately, Dave called me yesterday, and I said, I'll see you tomorrow. And he's like, tomorrow? And I went, yes, I know you're not working. Dave is off today. Dave is off tomorrow. But I said, we are having an appearance, the 3 of us, I think I'm going breakfast this morning, Chris. We're, 10:30-ish?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I did a little scouting. I had never had chilaquiles until maybe it's within the last 5 years, about 4 or 5 years ago. And now I'm kind of obsessed with them. So that might be
breakfast nachos.
Kind of, but there's more to it. Well, maybe not. I don't know. So we'll see about Roosters on the River chilaquiles, but the breakfast burrito looked good. There was some other things that looked good. The enchiladas you talked about, I'm like, I don't know.
You said that you talked to Dave yesterday.
Yeah. He said it was in his phone and his calendar.
So there's still a chance, though.
Oh, definitely. Definitely it's you and me there. We'll be here. We'll be like, hey, you leaving now? Yeah, I'm leaving now. All right, see you there. Maybe we go together. Either way. But we will be there later today. I'm looking forward to that, but we will have our recap of our Celebrity Pick 6 from Coach Carter. Lonzo Carter was our celebrity picker on Friday. We also will look back at our own predictions of 3 in the Key from Kings Blazers, Kings Rockets, and, of course, we'll wrap things up today with Crosstalk with Alan Stiles and Celebrity Birthday. So we've got all that coming up, but all in all, a fun weekend, a good weekend. Had family in town. And look, I always want the Sacramento Kings to win. I know it's been a dreadful season, and there's some merit in increasing your chances at a lottery pick. And I'm not expecting even last night's win to turn into some, hey, quick turnaround. Here they go. They're going to win 8 of their next 10. Schedule's still tough. They still have a lot of important players out. And, there was a lot of holes in the game last night, but I give them, A+ for grit and fire and passion and staying with the game and finding a way to win, which was important. Hey, Chris, 14-4. Kings are up. You asked for a quick start.
They got a chance.
Okay. Good. So I give them all that. But I had family in town, and I have regular family that goes to Kings games a decent amount of times. But my one of my younger brothers and sister-in-law was in town from Chicago. And my one of my younger brothers had never been to Golden One yet. He'd been to Arco many times. And my sister-in-law had never been. And they wanted to go to the game, so we had them going. We had other family members. We had a Ross Row at Golden One Center. And I said, okay, please, basketball Jesus, if there could ever be a night on Saturday night, it's the Blazers. They're not that good. Kings need revenge. Can we just have the beam? I'm being selfish. I know it. I want it for the fans. but I wanted it for my family. I go, can they see the beam? They've never seen it besides, on TV and all that stuff and in pictures. And I wanted that so badly for them. Missed it by a night. They did not go last night, but took pictures, sent it to them, and they said, I'm going to pretend this was the game I was at. But anyway, it was a good weekend.
Were they still in town?
No, I dropped them off at the airport yesterday.
Oh!
Yeah, so they weren't even here to see the beam. They didn't go to the game, but they could have seen the beam. But dropped them off at the airport yesterday. And that's actually when Dave called. Chris, you'll never get, you won't be able to guess, but I know you've had calls from Dave like this where, if Dave calls in the weekend, I'm thinking, well, it's probably not related to the show because he's off Monday and Tuesday. Why would Dave be calling? I was dropping literally my brother and sister-in-law off at the time, and so I came back, missed call from Dave. Let me call him back. I don't know how many questions I need you to ask, but just give me a random reason why you think Dave was calling me yesterday and see how close you are. And again, I'm giving you the hint is it's random. So I want to see where your brain is going.
Is it anything sports related?
Nope. And not show related. Nothing station. Nothing this station or work.
Food related.
Not even food related. I'll give you music related.
Did you see the Counting Crows documentary?
Okay. That's a really good call. It was not that, but that out of nowhere, and it would just be yes or no, and it's okay, because I was wondering how it would be kind of the thing. He said, hey, can you answer me this? Because we were debating this, me and Melissa. When was the last time on the radio you heard a Janet Jackson song? And I went, set the screen. Honestly, yesterday. And he goes, really? And I said, well, hang on. There's a little asterisk. I remember I think I was listening to Sirius XM and I was going through and I was on maybe a 90s or I think it was on the 90s and it was it was 80s. Janet Jackson, Let's Wait a While. And he goes, really? And I said, well, it wasn't the radio, but it was on my car radio. And he said, okay, well, I guess that disrupts my theory. He goes, I just think, is there some universe where her songs aren't playing? I'm like, I don't know. I've never.
There's some old school stations. Yeah. But
probably, I bet the Mix has them right down the hall at some.
She's got a Christmas song?
Well, not during Christmas season. I don't think she has a Christmas song. And then Saturday, if we backtrack to Saturday after the Kings game, Chris, you and I are both big-time fans of Saturday Night Live. I thought that was one of the best episodes I've seen in a long time. A+++ for me.
Wow.
And you're going to tell me you didn't like it that much.
No, it was fine.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was as good as Melissa McCarthy. I think it's
this year?
Yeah, I think it's the second best one.
Wow. I don't even think it was close. I thought Melissa McCarthy was fine. I think she's super talented. I thought they could have done way more with her episode.
It had one of my favorite sketches.
Remind me of which one?
Easy.
I've already forgotten.
Man.
I need help.
It's a movie parody.
In Melissa McCarthy?
No. In Ariana Grande.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said Melissa McCarthy had one of your favorite sketches. No, I thought the Home Alone parody was incredible. But to me, the Elf thing was one of the best sketches I've ever seen. Ever. Just not ready for it. So good. It was right out of the chute. Between that, the Home Alone parody. Certainly News caught me off guard because I know it's usually the Christmas joke swap, but they did it a little bit differently, which I wasn't ready for, which I was thinking, wait, is there a joke on us that's fake? But then that was real. Michael Che's nephew was funny. The one thing I've always loved, it's less funny, more showing their talent when they did the Christmas duets and just had different, it's not necessarily a funny sketch per se, but it just shows how talented a lot of those people are in the show. But just all the way through, thought it was, even Love Island with the Grinch. I just thought it was great. But I knew you'd love the Home Alone. I just thought it was a great episode. Having Cher on there, she was fine. There was some weird auto-tune in her first. Oh. What, you have another one?
The dancing one was great.
Yep.
And the courtroom was great.
Courtroom. And then even, I thought it was a touching, nice tribute way to go out for Bowen Yang, too. It wasn't like the most amazing skit ever, but it felt like that was him. And so, anyway, I was a huge fan of that. People in the chat haven't seen SNL in years. There's a lot of people like that. I'm a regular. I've watched it every week, every time, every year. And this year, I will say, has not been a strong year, in my opinion. But that was a great episode to end the calendar year for the Christmas episode. Well done. Really, really enjoyed it. So lots for us to cover today, like I said. But, hey, what is this? What do you say we, I don't know, lead off?
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
By the way, on that Kings game that's on TV now, it was 14-4 Kings. It's 25-23 Rockets.
What?
Maybe that fast start didn't matter. Well, but they did play. I don't know. This feels like it's out of order. Well, let's find out how it played out.
Now it's 125-124 as we mentioned. So the final 5 seconds ticking off the countdown clock. Far side of the floor, Thompson patiently waiting as he will put it in play. Achua once again in front of him. Sengun with his back to him. Rolling through is Prince. Now here's looking for Durant. He grabs it. He launches for the win. It's off the iron. It's no good. We got a tip. No good. Kings get the victory. 125-124. I'm not sure if the tip would have counted had it gone in, but it was a gallant effort on the part of the Rockets off the KD miss. But Sacramento pulls off the improbable.
What a win last night for the Sacramento Kings in overtime, beating a very good team in the Houston Rockets. Drama all over the place, and a thrilling finish. Heroes galore, whether you want to count DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, Russell Westbrook, Maxime Raynaud, Dennis Schroder, who hit the game winner. Just lots of people coming through in this one. So, Chris, I'm sure you were checking out the game, monitoring it, watching it. I know there was a lot of stuff going on back here behind the scenes. But sometimes, I'll be in communication with different people during the game. And there was someone I was texting during the game. The person, that's fine, doesn't matter. It's not key to the story. But they were kind of saying, like, what do you think is going to happen here? This is after Jabari Smith made 2 of 3, leaving the door open, and a timeout was called. So Doug calls timeout. Kings are down 2. I send this text. Schroder 3 at the buzzer for the win. Well, it wasn't quite right because Schroder hit the 3. It wasn't at the buzzer. So then after that shot goes in, timeout Houston, I send, now here comes the negative, Jason. I said, KD 2 bouncer for the win. And when he shot it and it hit the rim, and I'm like, I was like, I put all these things in the universe. Oh my gosh, he's going to hit a 2 bouncer and they're going to win. Thankfully, I was wrong on the second one. But man, what a game. That was an awesome game. It was a good weekend of basketball for the Sacramento Kings. And yes, the beam was around, and we will kind of recap that a little bit later with our king size super rewind. How is rewind going right now, by the way?
I got a couple left.
Couple left. Feeling good about it. There was a lot of rave reviews because family was in town. We played them the Friday, or I played, the Friday edition of Rewind. Yeah, it was after the Thursday game. That was a hit, a smash hit. How do you feel about Rewind right now?
I feel good.
Okay. Is it a Ariana Grande episode, or is it a Melissa McCarthy episode?
It is a Jude Law 2009 episode.
If you know, you know. I don't know. All right, so we'll get more into the Kings throughout this show as well, a deeper dive. There was some tough news about the Kings, too, over the last part of last week and into this weekend was Domantas Sabonis reevaluated. We were hoping he had been working out. It's like he's going to be close to coming back. Let's hear what the reevaluation news is. Ugh, not good. Domas going to be out 4 to 5 more weeks, so we will discuss some of that as well. But let's get to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
That'll end it. 49ers beat the Titans 37-24. San Francisco has now won 4 in a row, their longest win streak of the season. They keep pace on the heels, hot on the heels of the LA Rams, who are battling it out with the Lions. Hot on the heels of the Seahawks, who won today. The 49ers get to 10 wins with 3 to play.
And the 49ers, as we mentioned, made the postseason. They're in. They got the reward. Things happened. The layout of the weekend and the opportunities now are there for them with tonight, Monday Night Football, the last game of the week of a good weekend of football in the NFL. But it all started with the first game of the week, the Thursday game, a great game with Seattle and St. Louis and the amazing the LA Rams. But with the comeback by Seattle that put the 49ers now in this position that if they win tonight, if they beat the Bears and they beat the Seahawks, they're going to be the 1 seed. They control their own destiny in that spot. And so tonight's a night, to me, of the 3 remaining games that I hate to say is the easiest on paper. Colts have been struggling. They have Phillip Rivers now. The Niners have been playing well. Last road game of the regular season. Just this is, to me, one of those take care of business nights for the San Francisco 49ers. And if, it's a big if, but if they could do that, it sets up great drama for the last 2 weeks with the Bears coming in. And this has been a team that feels like a team of destiny. I mean, their Saturday win was amazing. They were cooked. They were done. And yet again, they came back from double digits down in the fourth quarter, forced overtime, and beat the Packers. So they feel like that team of destiny. But the Niners, it's in their hands, which is what you want, especially the way they were going on for a while there, where it was win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Well, now they're just winning. And tonight they got an opportunity to keep that going. A game that can be heard right here on Sactown Sports tonight. 49ers and the Colts. And we'll go over the weekend that was in the NFL. Lots happening this weekend. Some great drama, some great stories. The Lions-Steelers game, incredible. Just all the way through the weekend. The NFL, good Sunday night game. Some drama in the morning games. Just NFL, it's always fantastic theater. That's it is unscripted, but man, sometimes it feels like the script is really good each and every week. All right, let's get to cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Victory formation for Ty Simpson of the Crimson Tide, and a victory is exactly what we've gotten. California, here we come. Alabama, a winner over the Sooners in Norman, 34-24.
That one was one of those Friday night Twitter or X specials, whatever you want to call it, Twitter specials. I'm still going Twitter. 17-0 Oklahoma in the college football first game of the playoffs, and people were just, Alabama didn't even deserve to be there. This should have been Notre Dame spot, should have been this team spot, all this stuff. And Old Takes Exposed, I think, is going to had a fun night because that was a quick turnaround. Before long, it's 17-17 at the half, and Alabama found a way to win 34-24. They have advanced to the Final 8. There were 3 more games on Saturday. The fear that a lot of people had, which we're going to have maybe a different take on this a little bit later in the show, but James Madison, heavy underdog. Tulane, heavy underdog. Oh, the little guys are in. This is good. Let's have the little guys win. They did not. They were both blown out, though James Madison made that game much more respectable. And then Miami and Texas A&M just played a knockout, drag-out defensive battle in which Miami advanced with that 10-3 win over Texas A&M. So we'll get into some of the college football situation and what that means, and maybe I'll have a less popular opinion on that because I think I've seen what a lot of people have felt about schools like James Madison and Tulane, but I'll share my thought on that a little bit later in the show. But when we come back, we will do a little quicker, deeper dive into the Kings and Rockets. What a game yesterday. Sacramento found a way to get it done. We'll have an audio recap, some quick highlights and analysis on that one as we're just getting started here on a Monday, the Monday before Christmas, right here on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers!
every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We are seeing scattered showers this morning with temperatures starting out in the low 50s, climbing into the upper 50s this afternoon with more rain. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
It's the best time of the year during the Roseville Auto Mall's end-of-year clearance sale going on now. 20 top brands and thousands of vehicles in stock daily with savings as big as the selection. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their root op with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays. But if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heating and Air. They're now upgrading what they do to include plumbing. They're bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. So they're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them all the time as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement. And now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free and give you that second opinion. And right now, they got a free furnace special with a full system installation up to $2,500 in rebates. All for a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big deal guy at Folsom Lake Dodge.
Vince! Actually, this time of year, you can call me the Holiday Big Deal Guy.
The Holiday Big Deal Guy!
Because during the wrap-up-the-year sales event at Folsom Lake Dodge, you can save over $18,000 net savings off MSRP on a new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4.
I'll take it.
And for a stocking stuffer,
keys to a Jeep,
a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S. Right now, I've got one for only $36,995.
That's why they call you
the Big Deal Guy.
So over $18,000 off a Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab
and a Jeep Wrangler Sport for only $36,995. But you'll only find these big holiday deals at one place.
That's right, only one place.
At Folsom Lake Dodge.
In the Folsom Auto Mall
and online at FolsomLakeDodge.com.
Ram includes 9873 dealer discount plus 8207 in national stackable and holiday bonus cash. Then SN 667196. Jeep includes 4250 dealer discount plus 12750 in bonus national retail loyalty and holiday cash. Must be current owner of SCA vehicle to qualify for loyalty bonus cash. Then SW 543907. See dealer details. Expires 1/2/26.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's TREX.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Guys, if you're worn down, putting on weight, dealing with low T symptoms, or ED, something's off. Ignoring symptoms doesn't fix the real issue. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. The key areas that reveal what's driving low T, ED, and more. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. This gives you a clear answer on what's off and the steps to improve it. Over 120,000 patients have trusted Revive since 2011 because the results are real. Claim your free full diagnostic panel today. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Amazing night of basketball last night at Golden One Center. Really a pretty good weekend of entertaining basketball. I mean, we're always prisoners to the most recent game. I mean, Saturday night now seems like forever ago, based on what we saw last night. But back-to-back games, both at home. Kings and Blazers, and then Kings and Rockets last night. And, man, quite a night for the Sacramento Kings. And we'll kind of go through some of the breakdown of the way this game went, because there was a lot going on, the way it played out. And if you go kind of back on this game, going into the night, the Kings had lost the night before, just in such a major slide at this point. In fact, with their loss on Saturday night, they had moved into dead last in the Western Conference, tied with the Pacers for the second worst record. Only the Wizards had a worse record than the Kings going into action last night. So, look, when you're sitting at 6 wins and 22 losses, I was thinking about it going into the game yesterday. I go, gosh, I can remember all 6 wins. Usually you go, oh, who else did they beat? And you're trying to add it up in your head. I'm like, wait, they have 3 home, 3 road. That's it. Just 6, small handful. But last night they gave us a treat. And I will say this about the Kings, and I said it earlier in the Open, that, look, the season hasn't gone the way anybody has wanted. Even in a season like this, you can always find some silver linings here. And for some, it's, hey, look, the more losses you get, the better odds you have at picking very high in the lottery. That is true. My whole point on all of that will be, and will continue to be, if the Kings are picking 1st, 6th, 18th, 30th, no first-round pick and have a second-round pick. Basically, the whole thing about drafting, about free agency, about trades, and the players you choose to develop and grow with, the ways you get better, you have to get your moves right. You do. And if you go across the board, across the league, and you look at the teams, there are some teams that have utilized a very high draft pick to help make them better. It does work. It's not an exact science. It's not foolproof. It doesn't mean if you get the first pick or second pick or the 5th pick, and the 5th pick is the best player in the draft, that doesn't mean it's turning your franchise around. But it can. It can. You've got to get a lot of things right. You need some luck. Things need to work out. If we look at the top of the top in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they have done a lot of good things. They haven't drafted perfectly. The trade for SGA was a stroke of genius. It worked out great. The Clippers would never have done it had they known SGA would turn into this player. Obviously, they drafted him. They thought he would, or they traded for him, I think, if I remember right. I think Charlotte drafted him. Clippers traded for him. And then the Clippers ultimately wanted Paul George to go with Kawhi Leonard, and to get him, they had to give up something that was going to hurt. It hurt to give up SGA, and now he is a much better player than Paul George. And so that was a stroke of luck. But around that, they have drafted well, traded well, developed their players, added key pieces. It's how you do it. And so in a season where losses are way more abundant than wins, you will at some point when the season wraps up hopefully benefit from getting some lottery luck. And if you don't, you still left the draft well. Like I said, whether you're picking, and we can give you more examples that you've all heard and tired of, but Giannis wasn't picked first. Joker was picked in the second round. Some of the great players in this league, and I was looking at it the other day, even the number one picks, I think currently there are still I would say there's about 5 draft choices that went number one currently that are the team's best player. It might be 4. I have to look back at it. From the team that drafted him. So we've got more number one picks that are in the league still, but there's about 4 or 5 that I would say are that team's best player. And so it's not always the case. We know that. Kings have drafted high. Kings spent years in a row in the lottery. Teams like Charlotte have spent 10 years in a row in the lottery. You got to get it right no matter where you pick. So anyway, with all that being said, let's kind of take a listen back to some of the highs of yesterday's game, in which we're just going to have to fast forward and get you a little further on into the second half. Kings got off to a good start, lost that lead, had a brutal end to the first half. They were down 11. It shouldn't have been that bad. It felt like they were right in the game within like 2 possessions, and then they found themselves down by 11, and they were playing catch-up in the second half.
Westbrook gets to the dotted line in the paint, swings to Raynaud, back outside to DeRozan, creeps forward, 2-point range, gets to the free throw line, spins to his left, dumps to the corner, Westbrook open for 3, and he scores the triple. Russell Westbrook from downtown.
All right, so then if we go to the fourth quarter, Westbrook had a big 3-point shooting night, had a big one late in the game too that we'll hear coming up. Kings found themselves down by a game-high 14 points early fourth quarter. Not looking good. Going down that road again, like, hey, playing well against a good team, and then, here comes the cliff. Here come the Kings. Boo! Right over that proverbial cliff. But here we go. Kings start a run, and Keegan was the igniter to get it going.
Push up the floor by Shepard. Loses the ball. Grabbed by Raynaud. Another turnover. Lead out to Keegan. Open left wing for 3. Bottom of the net.
Yeah, so Keegan, part of the run, had a hoop, had a 3, had another hoop, and then Schroder caps a 12-0 run.
In rhythm, rocks, feeds the pass instead out to Schroder in 3-point range. Screen from Raynaud. Dennis to his left, launches a 3. He's got the triple, and this suddenly is a 2-point game.
Yeah, Sacramento found themselves in a spot down by 5 late in the game, really needing something to happen, and they made a defensive play.
Durant has it. Shot clock's at 4. Durant against Keegan. Ball knocked out of his hands by Raynaud. Grabbed by DeRozan. DeRozan, 2-hand flying jam. It's 112-109.
Yeah, 112-109 at that point. And what was interesting, I think it was the very next possession here late in the game. And there was, I watched this again last night. As I told you, I watched the end of that game again. So 112-109 after DeRozan had the dunk. And, it was the sequence prior to that where Houston took about a minute and a half off the game clock with 3 straight offensive. They had 2 offensive rebounds, and in the middle, Maxime Raynaud got a rebound but threw the ball away. And it's like they just chewed up time. But that's the steal they got to pull within 3. Then they got one more stop, and this at the end of regulation.
Grabbed by Schroder, races up the floor, throws to the corner. Westbrook to tie. He's got the triple. 13.3 seconds to go. It's 112-112.
And then the Rockets would miss. We'd go to overtime in an OT. We'd have some pretty good drama. DeMar DeRozan with the Kings down, got into the paint. Honestly, I watched this play again. A lot of you have probably seen it. I think DeRozan traveled on the pass. If you look at it, it's really close. He gets in the air to make the jump pass out to Schroder, and I think his foot lands before he passes. I'm not 100% sure of that. We'll see what the last 2-minute report has, but here's how it sounded, courtesy of the G-Man.
Cardwell gets the rebound off the miss. Feeds it ahead to Schroder. Up the right side of the floor. Now everybody in the lower bowl coming to their feet. Attack to the basket. Score! Dennis Schroder on a hard baseline move from the right. He makes it a 3-point Kings lead.
Actually, that was a lead to give Schroder the lead there at 120-117. Houston would then rally back to pull within a tie. They fouled Jabari Smith shooting 3. He made 2 of the 3, and then that left for the drama. And then all we had was the final look for Houston.
Now it's 125-124, as we mentioned. So the final 5 seconds ticking off the countdown clock. Far side of the floor, Thompson patiently waiting as he will put it in play. Achua once again in front of him. Şengün with his back to him. Rolling through is Prince. Now here's looking for Durant. He grabs it. He launches for the win. It's off the iron. It's no good. They got a tip. No good. Kings get the victory. 125-124. I'm not sure if the tip would have counted had it gone in, but it was a gallant effort on the part of the Rockets off the KD miss. But Sacramento pulls off the improbable.
And the Kings did an amazing job to win. Schroder, the game winner. Sacramento prevails. And like I said, we got much more on this. We'll do a deeper dive into this one during 3 for Madness, certainly during Kings Rewind, and at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. All right, we'll break here. When we come back, though, college football had their college football first final 12 weekend, right, of the CFP playoff. We had some drama on Friday, certainly on Saturday, and a lot of people have their hot takes on what they think about those little schools that got in. I'll share my thoughts on that as well. Much more straight ahead and much more on the Kings win as we continue here on Sactown Sports.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, tell me what's happening for Hoblet's Wrap the Year Up sales event.
Right now, you can save up to $12,500 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesmans with no payments for 90 days. That means you drive home a new Ram today and don't make your first payment until March of next year. Or you can save up to $5,250 off MSRP and get 0% for 72 months, saving you thousands in finance charges.
Okay, everyone keeps saying 0% is impossible to find. I guess they're just not going to Hoblet.
We strive every day to get our customers the best deals on the truck they need. Affordability is key, and right now we have new 2025 Ram 1500 starting as low as $34,995.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$12,500 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman after $7,250 factory rebates and $5,250 dealer discount. Rebates include $47.50 national, 10% below MSRP rebate. $2,000 holiday select inventory, $500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. To this net savings, sample VIN 197717. See dealer for details.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I just want to entertain people and make a living. From Focus Features, they had a dream.
I want to sing, I want to dance, I want to garden, I want a cat.
All they needed was each other.
We should call ourselves Lightning and Thunder, a Neil Diamond experience.
This Christmas, based on a true story.
You've ever had a shot, pal, this is it.
Hugh Jackman, Kate Hudson.
It's good.
So good.
Song Sung Blue, rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters this Thursday.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Sacramento, the wait is over. The all-new Hard Rock Sports Bar is here at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. Enjoy the ultimate 24/7 sports watching destination with 20 big screens with all the action for the premier game day experience. There's no other place you'd want to be to watch all the games with you and your friends. Now open at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. For more details, visit casino.hardrock.com/Sacramento. Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply.
Daniel Tosh, my first farewell tour, Saturday, January 24th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley.
This is how I come up with material. I rant to my friends and my family, my inner circle, and when they hate every word coming out of my mouth, I know it's ready.
Saturday, January 24th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss your chance to see Daniel Tosh.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Jason Ross, Christopher Lott hanging out here. Carmichael Dave is off today and tomorrow. Remember, we're off the rest of the week. Let's see, a couple of texts to clean up. SNL Christmas special on tonight, 9 o'clock. It's a tradition at my house. Oh, yeah. I don't think there's necessarily anything, because if you've seen all of the stuff, nothing new per se, but that's okay. So
they don't play my favorite one anymore.
On Christmas?
Yeah.
Which is?
The one with Hugh Laurie, when it's a family that hates each other for dinner.
And they're just yelling at each other?
Yeah. But I think the best one is Steve Martin.
If I had one classic Christmas wish,
yes,
I think they do that one.
Yes, because that's like a classic.
Actually, if I had one Christmas wish, you actually sent that as a phrasing in a text recently. I think to Sean and I.
Did I?
I think so. Like, it wasn't out of context. I think it would be. I wondered if Sean knew. I knew what you meant. You're like, if I just had one wish.
Now if I had two wishes.
Yes, that's what it was. Another person, hey Jason, same person. Hey Jason, I love the SNL, especially the cold open, Elf on the Shelf support group. Update: Grinch, Love is Blind, and the best was the Home Alone bloodbath. Yeah, they've been on that at Christmas time, because I think it might be 3 years in a row that they've done something like that. Wasn't the one with like Martin Short and like Steve Martin threw the coin out the window, hits Mikey Day, and like just everybody is dying in a horrific way. And the Home Alone, I was not ready for that. I was like, okay, here's Ariana Grande playing Kevin.
And as a Home Alone aficionado, they did like beat for beat the entire Kevin's mom coming home.
Yes.
Like it was word for word, everything.
Yeah, and then once it started to go down a road, you're like, okay. And then when Jost was playing Buzz, and the thing missed him, I thought that was great. And then he's just shredded in the fan. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. Good work. That's one of the things that happened over the weekend. Also, this happened over the weekend, and I don't know. This happened Friday. I mean, so out of touch on this one. This one kind of snuck up on me. I didn't even know what was going on, but I'm kind of glad this happened.
And even if he does land his best shot at the moment, not that much is going to happen. And it almost, there's a left hook. Down goes Paul.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Mamma mia! It may have taken a little bit longer than everyone expected, but AJ gets the KO in round 6.
Yeah, knocked out Paul. Anthony Joshua hadn't been fighting in, it's about 2 years. I think he had.
I think longer than that.
Yeah. That one just missed me. I didn't even know that was going on.
Yeah, I knew about it.
You did?
Yeah.
No interest?
Huh? Like I saw the clips. I was watching like a little bit of it online, and then because I was going to speak of the Devils, Sean Cunningham's birthday.
Oh, that's right, Friday night.
And so I was kind of watching it in the car over there, and like right around the second round, Jake Paul was just spent. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be over.
Yeah, and he knocked him down a lot, but
he didn't knock him down. He was just falling over and like trying to tackle him. It was gross.
And Jake Paul, look, he's a much better fighter than people wanted to give him credit for at the beginning. But like, I think a lot of people were waiting for something like this, and wasn't he dancing around and hiding a lot?
Yeah,
and then Joshua got him there in the
like
6th round.
Joshua, you could tell from just like. I would say he was probably going like at 80%.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if he really wanted to hurt him, he could have hurt him real bad.
So that was Friday. Also Friday was more of the college football playoff. We talked about that earlier, and Alabama had themselves quite a comeback in this game.
Horton wide left. Simpson getting the snap. Plenty of time. Firing downfield towards the end zone. Brooks caught it. Touchdown, Alabama. 30 yards on the strike. What an adjustment.
Yeah, so Alabama with a big comeback. That was probably the best game of the college football 12-team playoff first weekend. But a lot of the story is about what happened with James Madison and Tulane, because a lot of people are like, well, wouldn't it be better if Notre Dame's in here, if some of these other teams that we think could actually win this was in here? But it was a night where Oregon was making a statement early.
Dante with time down the middle. He's got him open. Got it. And Johnson with a catch inside the 5. What are they going to give a touchdown? His knees did not go down. Jory Johnson with a great catch. He stabbed that with one hand.
So Oregon, they made their statement, though. James Madison hung in there, did a good job, a nice comeback to make it closer, but still a comfortable win for Oregon. And Ole Miss, it was an easy day for them.
First and goal from the 2. Direct snap to Diggs. Diggs lowers his head, plows into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
So here's my thought on this. I saw a lot of people get to social media after that and just like, these little teams should not be in it. It's not worth it. I don't want to see them. They don't belong. Yada, yada, yada. I understand the thought. I understand the premise. But I think people have a short-term memory. And I can remember college football playoffs, whether it was the 4-team playoff or now that we've had the 12-teamer the last couple of years. And I'm just going to go back to kind of when this originated and give you some scores and see if there's anything that rings a bell here. We go all the way back to 2014-15 when it started in the semifinals when there were 4 teams. Number 2 Oregon versus number 3 Florida State. 2 power programs, 2 respectful programs. 59-20, Oregon with the win. Well, those 4 teams deserve to be there. They're big teams. I don't care if they're blowouts. Okay, 59-20. The very next year, number 1 Clemson, number 14 Oklahoma, 20-point win for Clemson, 37-17. Same semifinal, number 2 Alabama, number 3 Michigan State, 38-0. Alabama beat a big boy in Michigan State. The very next year, all right, let's go to the 2016-17 semifinals with the Final Four. Number 1 Alabama, 24. Number 4 Washington, 7. 17-point win. Number 2 Clemson, 31. Number 3 Ohio State, 0. 31-point blowout. Let's go the next year. I mean, it just keeps happening where you've got a 24-6 Alabama win over Clemson, so on and so forth. I can give you 30-3 in 2019 with Clemson over number 3 Notre Dame. Number 1 LSU, number 4 Oklahoma, 63-28. I mean, this is year by year. We can go in the national championship of 23. Number 1 Georgia, 65. Number 3 TCU, 7. It happens all the time. It might happen in the NFL playoffs. Those teams are there. I mean, at some point, you'll like to see one of the little guys get a win. But I think the fact that everybody's up in arms, like, I don't think Tulane should have been there, and I don't think James Madison should have been there. And look, it showed because they lost by a decent margin. it's still been happening when you got the big boys. It still happens. So they'll keep tweaking it. They'll keep working on it, but I think the outrage over that is a little bit misplaced. All right, when we come back, the 7 o'clock hour, we'll have a king-size rewind. We'll look back at NFL Week 16, how the Niners got in, and some of the other NFL drama. But when we return, 3 for Madness was last night the best win of the season for the Kings. What about no Levine and Sabonis? What's the hidden kind of silver lining in that? We've got those questions and more in 3 for Madness, straight ahead on Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says you planned this all along. Yep, you're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their root off with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays. But if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton
and price. Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heating and Air. They're now upgrading what they do to include plumbing. They're bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. So they're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them all the time as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement. And now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free and give you that second opinion. And right now, they got a free furnace special with a full system installation up to $2,500 in rebates. All for a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, we're going to get to question 1 here in a moment. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, Carmichael Dave is off today and tomorrow. We're off the rest of the week after that. Dave's he's off till next year. All right, it is December 22nd, last Monday before Christmas. We will have Matt Barrows joining us 2 hours from now, 9 o'clock, to help preview tonight's Kings, Niners, Colts, Monday Night Football matchup. Speaking of football, we'll get into that in our next segment as well, after 3 for Madness. Chris, you showed me are you in just 2 leagues in fantasy football?
Yeah.
And you made the semifinals in both, and you had one of those weeks, and when I mean those weeks, I'm saying that in a good way. You dominated. You can't lose, right? You're not in any jeopardy of losing.
One of them's
tonight.
completely over because none of us have players tonight. And then the other one, I've got a 100-point lead, and he just has Kittle tonight. And my only player going for me is Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, it's over. So you're going to the finals twice. In both of those leagues, do you get something for finishing second?
I believe you do.
Okay. So either way, you want to win, but you're in good shape.
My friends are really hoping I don't win in that league.
I know they do. You show me some of the things you say to them, which it's very champ adjacent.
Champ and Jason?
Adjacent.
Oh, gotcha.
I had one of those weeks as well, but in the negative way.
Oh, no.
So I'm in, let's see, 1, 2, 3 leagues. One, I did not make the playoffs. The other one that I talked about when we had Dave Richard on last week is another example, like it's a much smaller portion of our pot is head-to-head, and our team's doing well, and we lost in the head-to-head this week, but the bigger pot is total points, and so I have 2 more weeks to still work on that, and we're doing okay. We're in second, so we're chasing that for the last 2 weeks. But the other one in the head-to-head and head-to-head only, I was first all year long, undefeated the longest, kind of limped in to the postseason, but still was the 1 seed, got the bye, and then yesterday just all of my best players were not good, and I got trounced. Just trounced. I got McCaffrey left, but I need I have to look up what the best game of his career is and see if he did that, would it be enough points to win? It's one of those. So I'm cooked, which is too bad because there's certain players that carry you, that get you to the end, and I'm not going to do it. Now, the good thing is there were 2 players on my bench that went off that I'm never that person like, oh, if I would have played. I don't play them, so it's not like I juggle them inside and out of the lineup. Like Kenneth Walker was on Thursday night, ended up having a big game, would have been a big score for me. I only played him during the bye week. Who was the other one? I think there was some receiver I had that went off that I'm like, I don't play them. They're like 5th or 6th on my roster, but it happens. It happens. So, all right, let's do it. Let's get 2-3 for Madness, Chris. Question number 1.
Was last night the Kings Bowote?
Bowote? What's a Bowote? Best win of the year or season. Well, let's go through the win resume, everybody. They opened with a win over Utah. That was the second game. So, no, that one wasn't. It was a nice game winner by Domantas Sabonis. They have a road win at Milwaukee. That's a tough place to play. Kings generally don't beat them very much, and beating Milwaukee sounds good. Milwaukee now, about 6-7 games under 500, so good win, but not the best win of the season. The Warriors, okay. Kings fans, we know you love to beat the Warriors. I love to beat the Warriors. Weird night because you felt like you had to beat the Warriors. Remember, no Jimmy, no Draymond, no Steph. Kings beat them, fair and square. You take it, but maybe at that point, that was the best win of the season. Next win, certainly went into number 1 on the rankings, I would say, the win at Denver. Now, we got to try to remember some of the things that happened in that game. Jokic played, Murray played, the guys were there. Gordon didn't play, that's important to know, but it was the second night of a back-to-back for Denver. I think they had a really tough emotional game against Houston the night before, if I remember right, and the Kings were rested. Still doesn't take away the fact that it was a great win. So at that point, that was the best win of the season. Now here's where the debate comes in for me. The very next night, the Kings came home and beat Minnesota. They had a great comeback. Let's remember, I think they were down 10 with 3 minutes to go. Forced overtime. They were awesome in overtime. That's the game where Malik Monk had that diving baseline save. We complimented the team's effort and energy and passion and everything they did in that game. And to me, that game is definitely the candidate for best win of the season. Winning at Miami was very good. And then it's last night. That's it. There's 7 wins. We can remember them. Maybe I'd put it out to you and maybe on our YouTube, our chatters. You guys are there. What do you have as the best win of the season? I think our 2 candidates to me, and if you think differently, you could put the Denver game up there. You could put the Miami game. I think it's the home win against Minnesota or last night against Houston. So we can kind of do a quick poll and the text line too at 916-339-1140. You can weigh in on how you feel about that. What is the best win of the season? Was it last night or was it against Minnesota? Or if you have a different candidate entry, you can certainly submit that. But last night had all of it, had all of the feels, had the comeback element. Kings were down 14 in the 4th. So you feel like they're not going to win. It had the drama and the late game big shot making, the Russell Westbrook 3 to tie it. You had the overtime where topsy-turvy, Kings lead the beginning part of overtime, make a few mistakes. I mean, I think back to some of the things at the end of the game and the end of overtime where the Kings played really smart offensively. They kept getting Dennis Schroder with the ball in switches where Reed Shepherd was guarding him, and Schroder was cooking him. Schroder was just owning him. And then after about 2 or 3 straight possessions where Schroder had scored, Schroder had it. He gave the ball to Russell Westbrook, and Westbrook was on the angle and kind of did a fake 3, then put the ball on the floor, and then did a step-back 3. I'm thinking, that's just a terrible shot. Russell nearly made it, but bad look. Then you come down to the other end, and Russell Westbrook fouled Jabari Smith Jr. shooting 3, and man, I know other teams foul people shooting 3, but I feel like the Kings do that a ton, and he did it in this game as well. Keon Ellis is guilty of that a lot. He had a tough call against him at the end of the first half, but he has fouled three-point shooters a lot over his early part of his career. But all that being said, there's so few to choose from, as Campeo says, but I think I would say it's last night. I don't want to always get caught up in recency bias, but that was a great win. It's either that or Minnesota to me, but Minnesota game was great. Remember feeling great about that. It was 2 wins in a row, and just like I said, the effort they put out in that Minnesota game. But last night, it's recent. It's fresh in our minds. It was a great win. They beat a very good team. So there you go. You can weigh in on that, like we said, at 916-339-1140 or on our chat if you're there on our YouTube page. All right, let's get to question number 2.
Question 2.
Do you think the NBA should do something about their current challenge policy?
I do, and I don't know exactly what the answer is. So they've made tweaks to this, and just if you're not aware, you're given a challenge. If you don't get your challenge right, you don't get a second challenge. Okay. I like the fact that they've given coaches now a second challenge. The problem I have with the second challenge is it does cost you a timeout. So I don't know how many times I've seen it, and it's basically every game, late in the game. And Kings fans, I want all of us, and I'm guilty of it, all of us to get more educated when we're watching the games. But there'll be a play late, and either the Kings have maybe just one timeout left, so they're a little bit more reserved on whether or not they want to use their challenge, or they can't challenge anymore, and there's a play that's controversial, and the amount of people that stand up in the arena and twirl their finger, challenge, challenge, challenge. Why aren't you? And then I can just see them yelling at the bench. Why aren't you challenging? Because they're out of them. Or they have one timeout left, and it's like the risk reward. Now, last night, Doug was put in a really bad position because the one play that the ball so clearly went off Şengün's hand, you knew you were going to win the challenge, but the debate came, he has one timeout left. And it was too desperate of a spot to not call the challenge. You just would hope the other officials would gather and go, hey, guys, no need to use your challenge. He may not have seen it. She may not have seen it. I saw it. Last touch by Şengün. Overruled. Kings basketball. That didn't happen. So Doug has to use the timeout. He's just fuming the entire break because he's mad that they missed it. They missed calls, but this one was very obvious. And it really put him in a bind because he had to use it. And then the last 2 minutes, the Kings didn't have a timeout. And that just puts you in a tough spot. So I don't know. Maybe they should take where the reward of getting your first challenge right is giving you another challenge. I don't know why it comes at the expense of a timeout. My thinking and the rationale has got to be they don't want these games to go forever and ever. And I get that. I totally understand that. But you're already kind of opening up the door when you're allowing replay. And to me, I don't know how I truly would want this for our sports because now that we've introduced replay, you kind of want more replay. And then we're also upset about these games are taking too long. We can't have the best of all worlds. I'm almost in a weird way, Chris, I don't know how you feel about replay. I'm almost in a way where I'm like, either eliminate it and have no replay. We're going to go on operator error. The refs will make mistakes just like people miss free throws and turn the ball over. Or we just have a crazy amount of replay. Like, if the point of replay is to get calls right, we don't get them all right, and we don't get to replay everything. And so it's almost like, should we do the full extreme of all replays or none?
But then, like, at the same time, is it fair if the referees have called, like, 5 blatantly wrong calls to where a coach could challenge them and could get it reversed?
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants, like, something like that to happen.
And I don't know what the true fix is. Again, maybe they shouldn't lose a timeout because you're really at the mercy of, again, the refs make mistakes. They do. But you just hope that something like that was so clear that you'd hope the other two sets of eyes were like, oh, yeah, no, sorry, your angle, you missed it. It was last touched by the Rockets Kings ball.
See, but I could see how it can be abused. Say if you got your 2 challenges right and it's like, okay, you get an extra challenge. You don't lose a timeout. You're out of timeouts. You need to call a play. You just challenge a call that's not really close to begin with.
So it's kind of a modified timeout.
So you can get something quick together.
There's always loopholes in this. And I don't know, they'll have the competition committee, they'll look at it, but it's just it put Doug in a tough spot. And it's not just last night. This happens in other games, and I'm sure the Kings would have loved to have had a challenge at the end of the Blazers game 2 games ago when they lost Thursday in overtime in Portland. When Mark Davis called the foul on Russell Westbrook. Now they reviewed it, but remember they had called the foul on Keon Ellis. So they had the wrong foul called on the wrong person, and then they're basically looking at time on the clock, and the call was so late. There was just a lot of things wrong with that one. in Portland. But nonetheless, Kings found their way to get through that game, and certainly was one of the better wins of the season, as we said. All right, let's get to question number 3 and 3 for Madness.
Question 3.
Domantas Sabonis and Zach LaVine are both hurt, and this has given the Kings a chance to see how this team could look without them. What are your thoughts on what you have seen?
Well, okay. Obviously, Sabonis and LaVine are very good players. They're very highly paid players. They are players that have been talked about being traded from this team. So you kind of see what this can look like. Now, let's remember, Kings have lost a lot of games. They've lost a lot of games in a row, and I think they'd lost, 9 of 10, something like 16 of 19. Like, it's been rough. And a lot of that's been with Sabonis out. LaVine hasn't been out that much, but he's been out for a little bit of time. And so, I silver lining, Maxime Raynaud in the starting lineup. We have seen a young player develop in front of our eyes. While Eubanks is out, more time for Dylan Cardwell. His passion for the game is off the charts. I love what he tries to do and tries to get the fans involved in the game. So you're seeing a little bit of that. We're seeing a little bit more Precious Achiuwa, though I don't think he's played as well lately, even though I think he's been a nice find for Scott Perry. And then with LaVine being out, it's kind of created a little bit more of a controversy here lately because the Kings have made a kind of a concerted effort here to look at Keon Ellis a little bit more. Certainly Schroder is back. Russell Westbrook. They're playing DeMar at the 2 to start the game. And it's created that logjam of guards again, even with one of their primary guards out. And at the expense here, it's been Malik Monk. And, excuse me, what we've seen is a lot of people scratching their head, myself included, on Malik Monk kind of being out of the rotation. He didn't play the second half of a game recently, then hadn't played the last 2 games. And by far, one of the loudest pops of the game last night was when Doug called for Malik. Sometimes, there's other coaches working on substitutions. Doug's really locked into the game. And he signaled down to the bench. I could see it, and it was kind of like, wait, me? Yeah. And Malik got up, and you could just sense kind of this momentum going from the crowd. And then when Scott Moak announced him in, boom, huge pop. Hey, Malik scored 2 points. Kings won by 1. Malik won the game. Not really the way it worked, but he got a little bit of a run, not much. And I know in the pregame coaches show, or pregame press conference, I should say, Doug Christie was talking about, hey, look, we're trying to unturn every rock. We are not playing well. We are looking for things to try, to tweak. We're not just going to keep doing the same thing and expect for different results. So I'll appreciate that. Now, my pushback would be on the Malik minutes, because I think they're trying to find a little bit more of a defensive-oriented team. Look, the offensive-oriented team isn't working. Defensive-oriented team, certainly not the strength. But if you look at what Doug wants this team's identity to be, is defense, rebound, share the ball. I have said from the beginning, I think they're maybe checking one of those boxes, and it's sharing the ball. They're not rebounding very well, though they did last night. They're not defending very well, though it's been better. But so this is the trend he's trying to get to, and just trying to find the recipes for that. So here's where my pushback would be on that. Let's go to the last 2 games before last night when Malik Monk didn't play, specifically in Portland. And we saw a 10-minute run for Dario Saric. I'm going to say this, no offense, because then you could say whatever you want. No offense to Saric. Those 10 minutes should have belonged to Malik Monk. Malik Monk on a team that's struggling to score is, I still think, their best 3-point shooter. Maybe it's Zach LaVine. Could be Keegan Murray on some nights. Schroeder's been shooting it well. But Malik Monk is a very good 3-point shooter. He's been very good for this team as a starter, as a bench player, as a, check the temperature, see if Malik is hot. I think he should always get some run, me personally. Now, you're trying to play Keon Ellis a little bit more. Kind of, though. Like, they're not fully leaning into that. And so we're still seeing a lot of minutes for Westbrook, a lot of minutes for Schroeder, a lot of minutes for DeRozan, a lot of minutes for Keegan. And my thought is, can some of those be shaved off a little bit to still fit in Malik Monk? Now, it's going to get trickier when Zach LaVine comes back. And now that the news about Sabonis, 4 to 5 more weeks, we're going to have to wait for him. And That gets us closer to the trade deadline and all these moves that the Kings, I think, will try to do. But the question basically is asked, what does it look like without those two guys? Well, really, it still looks clunky. It still looks messy. There's still some roster discrepancies. They're still small. But we're seeing them play Clifford more. We're seeing them play, obviously, Raynaud a ton, Cardwell more. And even though they won last night, it's still giving you little bits of hope of what they could be seeing with some of these guys and developing them. I'd like to see Carter kind of get some run when he comes back he was in the G League Showcase. It's not the making of this amazing roster, but it's the start of what could be. And even with that, like last night, the reason, a major reason they won the game, the vets were incredible. Westbrook, DeRozan, Schroder, they were great. They were absolutely great. And so, I know there's a desire to probably move on from the vets, and I think they need to, some of them at least. And as you look at them individually, it'll be a challenge to trade a guy like Zach LaVine based on contract. It's a challenge to probably move a guy like Domantas Sabonis based on contract. Whether or not they want to move either of those guys, that remains to be seen. But I think deep down, Scott Perry knows he needs a different looking roster to get to the goals that he wants, which is long-term sustainability in the winning department. And they're not even winning now, even with some guys that are playing fairly well. So whether it's those guys you're looking to move, I think there's a market for Malik Monk. I know there's a market for DeMar DeRozan. Apparently Sam Amick keeps telling us each and every Thursday there's a market for Keon Ellis. So do they have to get creative in this, in what they're trying to move? And that's why, and Scott Perry has said it, Doug Christie has said it, all of this, each and every night that they play in front of us that we see, each and every practice, films, all of this is a constant evaluation. And so we get little reminders each night, some good, some bad, of what these guys can do. And, you get little teasers here like, okay, Maxime Raynaud got a little bit more run. And I told this the other day on the pregame show with Henry Turner. He's reminding me a little bit of when Isaiah Thomas was here as the last pick of the second round. It was like, well, is IT going to be a kind of guy that can make this team? He made the team. Then it's like, well, hopefully he gets a chance to play. You're hearing word that he's great in practice and it's tough keeping him off the floor. And then, boom, they start playing him. Like, man, when they're playing him, he's pretty good off the bench. Then he goes from off the bench to consistent minutes off the bench, then to rotation, then to starter, then to you just flourishing, 20 points a game. And Max Raynaud, since he started, has been in that scoring range and double-double range and really has played well. And that is a find as a second-round pick. And he has made the most of the opportunity. And Nick Clifford, I think the last couple games has been much more aggressive. I think Nick is more of a blend of gets how to play. He's very smooth. He's very comfortable, very versatile, and sometimes just lets the game come to him. I think he's picking up his aggressiveness a little bit more, and we're seeing better results and better statistical production from him. So in all of this losing, they're finding little avenues, very small, but little things that are starting to develop, that while they're still playing the veterans until they get moved, and then whatever comes back in return, and however the season finishes and wherever they finish in a draft order and, what their salary cap looks like, that's where this evaluation, that's where this culture, the foundation of what they're trying to build, it's happening. It's a tough watch, right? It doesn't happen overnight. When they talk about, laying a solid foundation, it takes layers, and they're in that phase. But, when you look at a team like that has already kind of made the turnaround, like a Detroit, they took years of winning 15 games, setting an NBA record losing streak. But a lot of those players are still there. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Beef Stew, Jalen Duren. Like, that group did a lot of the losing. Now they're winning a ton, and they're going to be here tomorrow night on the second night of a back-to-back, one of the best teams in the East. So you're seeing some incredible things that they're doing, all while struggling to get wins. I mean, I would say the biggest compliment I could give this roster on a season where they have 22 losses and they've got some stinkers. I mean, they've got some games you're going, man, they didn't even remotely have a chance to win this game. All the losing they've been doing with a group filled with veterans, I look at like their last 3 games, the Portland game that they lost that got taken away from them in overtime, the other Portland game on Saturday where they just kept scratching and clawing and fighting all game. Last night, I mean, they're down 14. You're going to lose that game to a team that's better than you. They just keep fighting. And that's encouraging to me for the veterans to show that to the young guys that you believe are going to be a part of this team's future. So only 7 wins, but in that last question, without Sabonis, without LaVine, it's more difficult for them to win, but these other guys are getting opportunities and making the most of it. All right, when we come back, still to come in this hour, king-size, super-size rewind. But up next, the NFL, the Niners in Week 16. We got to recap. They clinched a postseason berth. They play tonight. NFC playoff picture taking shape. Big game for the Patriots, Jacksonville, Steelers, Carolina, Bears. Oh, my. We've got all that. NFL recap of Week 16 next.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
on Sactown Sports 1140.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made-in-America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
Elk Grove Chevrolet, where value meets style. Lease a new Chevrolet Trax for just $199 per month plus tax. Enjoy its roomy backseat, flat rear window, and simple, attractive interior packed with an 11-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, and wireless charging. The Trax delivers more for less. Visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today for full lease details and see why the Trax is such a smart choice.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery, embrace the company of family and friends, and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at ChooseChangeCA.org.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the most wonderful time of the year because the season of Toyotathon is on with incredible deals you don't want to miss. For Toyotathon, get low 1.99% financing plus $1,000 finance cash on the 2025 Tacoma. Or get low 2.99% financing plus $1,000 finance cash on the 2026 Tundra. Hurry because Toyotathon ends January 5th. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. Finance cash must be applied to transaction.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, back here on the show, Jason Ross, Christopher Law. We got Kings Rewind to help you if you missed Saturday's game, Sunday's game, yesterday's classic. We'll take you back through it in our own unique way with Rewind coming up here in a few moments. Want to clean up a few texts and messages from the chat. Thank you for being here this morning. 916-339 on the text line. Let's see what we got here. No win this season is a good win. Kings need to lose more games to get better draft picks. Plenty of people feel that way. Again, not going to tell you how to fan. I just do want to point out what I think is the obvious.
Don't tell someone how to fan, but that I think.
But you want to tell them how to fan?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Because?
Do you really want to go 0-82 for a 14% chance for the number one pick?
That's it. If it was the NFL, there would be much more merit. Like right now, like the Raiders losing yesterday, they played well. I'm like, get the number one pick, increase your chances, dictate the terms of the draft. If you told me for certainty that having the worst record this year would get you the number one, sure, but you can't.
And like Wemby is the pick.
Right. I think this year, as of now, as of December 22nd, a lot of people are talking about this today being a 4 to 5 player top of the draft, like the best players. That's today. And again, I think the way people should look at the NBA draft is this way. And my brother was talking about this. I think he made a great point. To me, the NBA draft, the number one pick generally is the best player at that time. How often does that change? I mean, this is not the exact apples for apples example, but right now, if we just look at the Kings' 2 draft picks from this season, it's Neek Clifford and Maxime Raynaud. Maxime Raynaud went in the second round. He's playing better than Neek Clifford. I don't know how that'll end at the end of the year, at the end of 2 years, at the end of their careers. I don't know. Things constantly change, and I'll say the same statement, and I'm going to keep saying this, and I'll probably do a deeper dive into the actual draft lottery, but I wouldn't be mad if the Kings won the lottery. I would not enjoy them having the worst record in the NBA. Now, I'm not in the camp where like I don't think the Kings are going to turn this around and make the postseason. I don't think there's a lot of people that do. I don't think that's some earth-shattering statement. But if the Kings won 18 games, if they won 26 games, if they won 12 games, if they won 34 games, whatever that is, if they don't get in the playoffs, I want them to win the lottery because it feels like you've won something. Their odds are better the more losses they have, but not that great. And just as a fact, the draft lottery position, let's say they end up with the worst record, they would have a 14% chance to win it. I want to say their chances, Chris, to pick 5th are something like 48%. Like it's way higher to pick 5th if they have the worst record than to pick 1st. Way higher. Now, if you have the worst record, that's the lowest spot you could pick. If you pick 2nd, it's 6th. Like it just keeps moving down. But, where are the best players in this league? Who are the best players in this league? If you quickly named just your top 5, SGA, not picked 1st. Joker, not picked 1st. I don't even know who. Ant, okay, pick 1st. Anthony Edwards, very good player. Luka, not picked 1st. LeBron, great player, pick 1st, sure. Wemby, yep, pick 1st. But Şengün last night, Kevin Durant, not picked 1st. Cade Cunningham, who they play tomorrow, pick 1st, good player. You've got some, and I would say of the draft lottery number 1 picks, right now, Zion, Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham, Paolo Banchero, and Victor Wembanyama, a 5-year stretch from 2019 to 2023, are those teams' best players. But the Pelicans are at the bottom. Timberwolves are good. Detroit's really good. Orlando's decent. Spurs are good. I don't know. There's some merit to it, but then there's, the Markelle Fultz, the Anthony Bennett's, the Andrea Bargnani, you can go all the way through, Zachary Richechet, and maybe he'll be great. He's doing better, but, Atlanta had him. Cooper Flagg, just getting started. There's merits to it all. The whole point being, when you pick right. Get it right. Do a good job on your drafting and grow from there. All right, we'll get more into the NBA. We got Rewind coming up, but do want to get everybody caught up on the NFL yesterday. Really good drama around the National Football League. Some really good games. Bizarre finishes. Great drama last night, though, with the Patriots finding a way to come back and defeating the Baltimore Ravens.
Garrett Bradbury snaps it. Drake to the knee, and between Hunter Henry and Ramondre Stevenson, the quarterback tosses the ball to the far side. That's a keepsake. The Patriots with a quarterback in his second year. A comeback from last week against Buffalo. And a comeback tonight, down by 11 in his first 300-yard performance, leading the Patriots to the 28-24 victory over Baltimore.
And New England has clinched a playoff spot for the first time since 2021. If we look at the AFC playoff picture, Denver has clinched a playoff berth, though their long winning streak came to an end yesterday. Jacksonville got them, and their head coach, Sean Payton, talked about the Broncos' first loss in a long time.
Part of this process is not fooling ourselves. They beat us tonight. They beat us good in all three areas, and it starts with me. And so, even though that hurts going down, you can't spit it out. You have to swallow it. That's the truth. They beat us in all three areas. We got to coach better. We got to look at what we're doing. We got to make sure we're not doing too much, and we've got to do that all in a quick turnaround. So that's kind of how I saw that game.
All right, that's Sean Payton talking about their loss. Now, they're still the 1 seed at the moment. You got the Broncos and Patriots, the only two teams that have clinched. Great win for Jacksonville. Pittsburgh, man, they were reeling a couple weeks ago, and they found a way to win just a wild game in Detroit. And afterwards, Aaron Rodgers talked about that finish.
I was trying to read Carl's lips and see what he was saying, and I saw him mouth OPI end of the game. So I felt pretty confident that was what was going to happen, but you never know. It's more time, and like I said, I was there for the Fail Mary game. I was standing from me to you from the replacement refs as they caved to the pressure of an angry Seattle field when that was obviously not simultaneous possession. So I was glad that it ended up like that. Wild game. Glad we're on top.
Yeah, so Pittsburgh, 9-6. Mike Tomlin, yet another winning season. Chargers won. They're 11-4. Bills got to win. They're 11-4. Texans got to win. They're 10-5. That puts a lot of pressure on the Colts tonight, who are playing the Niners to try to get their 9th win. The Ravens are still alive, but barely, and then the rest of the AFC eliminated. Chiefs, Dolphins, Bengals, Jets, Titans, Browns, and Raiders. As far as the NFC goes, this picture is getting much clearer. Seattle is in. Chicago is in. The Eagles are in, as they have already clinched their division. You've got the Rams in, the Niners in. You're going to get Carolina or Tampa Bay, whoever wins that division. But Carolina had quite the victory yesterday, getting the job done, beating Tampa Bay, and some big moments there. And Todd Bowles now knows where they kind of fall in line here.
Where's your team at right now? 6 out of 7, and remarkably, if you win 2 games, you're still the champion.
We understand that. The biggest thing is our confidence is good, and our camaraderie is good, and that's high, but that's not enough right now. It's the execution that we're lacking and missing a few things here and there. We shot ourselves in the foot enough today to lose this ball game by 3. We understand that. We definitely understand that, and we got to take it one day at a time. And again, I think the guys are accountable, the coaches are accountable, and we're going to load up and we're going to come back Monday. Hopefully in 2 weeks we get a chance to see them again and play for something.
All right, so right now in the 10th spot is Tampa, but they could still win the division and get the 4 seed. Carolina is there. We mentioned the Rams and Niners clinching. Packers did not. They lost, so Detroit still has a small window. But the Vikings, Cowboys, Falcons, Saints, Commanders, Cardinals, and Giants all eliminated. So it sets up for a good last couple of weeks. A lot of teams trying to do as much as they can to get in. But I just thought the drama this weekend between that Steelers wild game, Jacksonville beating Denver, Carolina taking the lead in the NFC South, the Bears with another comeback win, what they were able to do, and that throw Caleb Williams had at the end of the game against Green Bay was top-notch, elite-level throw for the touchdown and the win. Just the NFL is cooking right now. And tonight, the 49ers have a chance to pick up win number 11. That win would move them into a tie with the Rams at 11-4, but they're still battling for either the 5th seed, which is the spot if you don't win the division you want to be, but the Niners still know that if they win out, they'll be the 1 seed. and have everything go through Santa Clara, which is the ideal spot for them to be in. All right, so we touched on the NFL. Still more on that, including 4-down territory in the 8 o'clock hour. And Matt Barrows joins us at 9. But when we return, we got a lot more to cover on the Sacramento Kings, everybody's favorite. Kings Rewind. How did Saturday's game go? How did Sunday's game go? Through the eyes of Rewind. We've got that for you next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heating and Air. They're now upgrading what they do to include plumbing. They're bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. So they're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them all the time as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement. And now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free and give you that second opinion. And right now, they got a free furnace special with a full system installation up to $2,500 in rebates. All for a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Amateur players will be pleased to know that the USGA doesn't object to a friendly bet with your weekend foursome. Friendly bets include soft drinks after the round, hot dogs at the turn, or even a $2 Nassau, one of the most widely used bets in golf. It takes its name from the Nassau County Country Club of Glen Cove, Long Island, one of the many clubs frequented by the well-to-do in the late 19th century. As the story goes, matches between these clubs were often reported in the local newspapers, sometimes to the embarrassment of wealthy industrialists coming out the loser. The Nassau captain J.B. Coles Tappan then devised a format where the worst possible result could not be reported as anything more than a 3-0 defeat. In a Nassau, 3 equal wagers are placed on the first 9, the second 9, and 18-hole total. A $2 Nassau is sometimes referred to as a 2-2-2 bet. Some play better with a bet to keep their attention. Others are nervous at the thought of losing. Whatever your choice, golf is a game. Have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says you planned this all along. Yep. You're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at KohlsandKohls.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop. Guys, if you're worn down, putting on weight, dealing with low T symptoms, or ED, something's off. Ignoring symptoms doesn't fix the real issue. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. the key areas that reveal what's driving low T, ED, and more. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. This gives you a clear answer on what's off and the steps to improve it. Over 120,000 patients have trusted Revive since 2011 because the results are real. Claim your free full diagnostic panel today. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
We told you the Kings-Rockets game was on replay right now. NBC Sports California getting to crunch time and overtime. Wonder how that one goes. 117-116 Houston right now. Bet the Kings win by 1. That's my hunch. We got a lot to cover here still on the show. Again, 9 o'clock. We will be joined by Matt Barrows from The Athletic, brought to you by Stockton Honda. He's going to talk to us about the Niners situation they're in now, the matchup tonight against the Indianapolis Colts. We'll go over the Kings weekend coming up here to start the 8 o'clock hour. Still 4 down territory. Lots of stuff to get to. But, you know, each and every day after a Kings game, we like to recap it in our own unique way. The Brain Trust, I will say, a brainstorm session between Chris and I about coming up with a concept of kind of a game recap, which is my part where I write the script, and Kings rewind. The spots I leave open are either movie, sound clips, audio clips from internet. They're every which way. You never know where it's coming from the brain of Chris Verlade. It is called Rewind. We got a supersized one for you today. All right, here we go. 2 games to recap, so let's do it. Saturday night at G1C was a rematch featuring the Kings and the Blazers, who played a wild overtime thriller in Portland with a controversial finish.
You call this game fair? I'll go to the papers.
To the papers, he said. The Kings played a bigger lineup again that highlighted Keegan at the 3 and DeMar DeRozan playing the 2.
It is so big.
The start was dreadful for Sacramento as the Kings started the game watching Portland make 6 of their first 9 shots, while the Kings went 0 for their first 9 and trailed 15-2 out of the gates. Well, Sacramento needed something. They were missing energy. No. They had no drive. No. The word I'm looking for is, I think they needed a spark. Yeah. And that came from the bench between Dennis Schroder, Neat Clifford.
Well, now, look at this big fella. Clifford, is it?
And fellow rookie Dylan Cardwell.
Dylan.
And fellow rookie Dylan Cardwell.
Dylan.
I have no idea where that's from. All right, the Kings clawed their way back into the game, but just couldn't quite catch all the way even with Portland and trailed by just 3 at the half.
I am begging you from my soul.
Well, in the third quarter, it was starting to slide again for the Kings as Sacramento was down 12, but they got Portland in the penalty, and the Kings would start to chip away.
Chicka, 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 chicka. Toot, toot.
Sacramento was still down 3 as we entered the final quarter of play.
It's the final countdown.
In the fourth, the Kings finally did it. They surpassed the Blazers and got their first lead of the game on a Maxime Raynaud hoop.
En français.
And that lead lasted for just seconds as the Blazers' Chris Murray put Portland back ahead.
I don't care.
But one of the highlights of the night came at the Kings' expense when late in the game, Shaedon Sharpe took off on the baseline for a jam and nearly jumped all the way over Russell Westbrook.
Well, Lottie frickin' da!
Oh, come on, rewind. That dunk was ridiculous, man. All right, the Kings fans were leaning in all game long, craving a win, looking for a moment to erupt, and they got it when Chris Murray missed twice at the line, and the Kings fans got a slice.
Pizza! Pizza, pizza, going Tommy, me so hungry, me so hungry.
But in the final analysis, this game was there for the Kings taking, but Sacramento just could not make the critical shot all game long, and as a result, another loss and no beam lighting. On Sunday, the Kings were right back at it as they were facing the Houston Rockets on the second night of a back-to-back for both teams.
Howdy, partners. Let's raise and rough Broncos.
I know where that's from. The last matchup between the two teams was so lopsided as the very big Rockets crushed the Kings and dominated the boards by a rebound margin of 30. Good point. Sacramento got off to a great start in this one, and the first timeout had to be called by Ime Udoka because the Kings were up. Last long. Houston is too good, and they were connecting on three-pointers at a rapid rate. So after one quarter, it was Houston 31, Sacramento 30. The Kings have had trouble finishing quarters, and in the second quarter, it was a prime example. The Kings were within 6 in the closing seconds. Russell Westbrook attacked the hoop, was blocked by Şengün. The Rockets went the other way, got a dunk. Then after another miss, Houston was fouled to close the half, shooting a three, and then now all of a sudden the Kings were down 11. In the third quarter, the G1C crowd erupted when Coach Doug Christie called on Malik Monk, who had not played for 2.5 games.
I'm a pizza guy.
That's right. Good to see Malik out there. In the third quarter, the Kings got to the line. They got there a lot, and they missed most of them.
Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you.
Well, as the fourth quarter began, the Kings were down 9, but then it escalated to a game-high 14-point Rocket lead, and Sacramento was in big-time trouble.
I don't like the sound of them apples, Will.
Trailing 100-86. Here come the Kings. A Raynaud bucket. A Keegan 2. A Keegan 3. A Keegan 2. Schroder 3. And bang, the Kings ripped off 12 straight points, and we have a game.
Are you ready for a war?
Still 7 minutes to play, and you could tell this one was coming down to the end.
It's the final countdown.
In crunch time, the Rockets were up 3 and had 3 offensive chances in one sequence to make it a 2-possession lead, but didn't. And needing a 3, the Kings would get it from Russell Westbrook.
What the hell? Russell Westbrook?
For the third time this season, the Kings were headed to overtime.
A hope, a chance.
That's right, a hope and a chance. In OT, it was a classic fight, both landing punches, with neither one gaining full control.
Yeah, come on, champions, so bad. Ain't nothing.
The game was deadlocked at 122, and then Russell Westbrook was called for a controversial foul on Jabari Smith, who was shooting a 3.
Who paying you?
I recommend.
Who paying you?
Kings coach Doug Christie was so frustrated because he had already used his challenges, and even though he got both right, he shouldn't have had to use them because he felt those calls were easy to see.
Yo, man, you best back off. I'm getting a little to you.
With no challenge available, Jabari Smith made the first 2 and missed the third, leaving the door open. The Kings got the ball to DeMar DeRozan, and he challenged Kevin Durant. As the defense helped, he dished out to Dennis Schroder for the 3 and the lead, and bang! Houston had one last chance, and Kevin Durant's jumper at the buzzer missed, and the Kings pulled off a 14-point comeback to win in overtime against a very good NBA team.
So what?
So what? So let's dance.
We're touched and we sang.
The Kings got double-doubles from Westbrook.
What the hell? Russell Westbrook?
Dennis Schroder. and Maxime Raynaud. They also got 20 points from Keegan and DeRozan.
I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither.
Kings win for just the 7th time this season. So go ahead and light the beam. Well done. There you go. That's how it played out this weekend with the version of the rewind between the Kings Blazers and Kings Rockets. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We always have fun making those, and always look forward to see what Chris is going to play there for you guys. All right, so that is Kings Rewind. Sacramento got it done. As we said, we were watching Dennis Schroeder's just made the 3 in OT, and now they're about to get the stop on Kevin Durant. That was just a wild night. A lot of fun, a lot of controversy, some tough calls all night long, really on both sides. I didn't think it was a great night with the referees. Yeah, just tough. Just tough. But in the end, a result of a win, which Sacramento needed, they'll take. And now they move on to continue this little homestand here against Detroit tomorrow night. Still to come on the show, we will have 4 Down territory in the next hour. We got Who's Hot, Who's Not, and we'll recap our Celebrity Pick 6 from Friday. Matt Barrows to join us. We got a recap of our 3 in the Key predictions and crosstalk with Alan Stiles and celebrity birthdays. But when we come back, we will look back at this week in a little more detail, a little post-game reaction and audio from the Kings on their victory. We'll do that next here on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Hoblet's Wrap the Year Up sales event?
Get the best kind of gift, the kind that saves you money. Right now, save up to $13,500 off MSRP on the new 2026 heavy-duty Ram 25 and 3500s. And a little extra Christmas treat, no payments for 90 days.
Did you just say $13,500 off MSRP and no payments for 90 days on new 2026 Ram heavy duties?
Yep, 2026 is what I said, with some starting as low as $47,599. Plus, we have the best selection in Northern California, with over 400 new Ram trucks available and hundreds more on the way.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$14,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $3,500 factory rebates and $10,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 holiday select inventory, $500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. $47,599 starting price on Ram 2500 Tradesman. VIN number 190143. 5 is net savings. See dealer for details.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their root op with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays. But if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton
and price.
California's largest sportsman's expo is back, January 15th through 18th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Just once a year, NorCal's largest gathering for anglers, hunters, boaters, RVers, and off-roading enthusiasts. Buy the latest gear, discover the best destinations. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 15th through 18th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, the 8 o'clock hour underway. Jason Ross, Christopher Lott here with you on Sactown Sports. 1 hour from now, Matt Barros will join us from The Athletic, previewing the Niners and Colts. But spending a lot of time this morning on your Sacramento Kings, who picked up just their 7th win of the year. What an impressive victory it was, rallying from 14 points down last night to beat the Houston Rockets. And It's been a strange year, obviously, a disappointing year as far as the win total. The schedule's been challenging. The injuries have been pretty, stacking up against this team. But there's still so many flaws, so many holes from roster construction, all the things we've known about. And maybe an overload of guards. It's a smaller team. It's a team that wants to be a defensive-oriented team that doesn't have a lot of good defensive players. A team that hasn't shot the ball very well this season. But I think in the DNA and kind of the core of the group, they have a lot of guys that battle, and they have a lot of guys that compete, and that's even while making mistakes and maybe having bad stretches. And inevitably, man, this team can put in a bad stretch in a game, and it just cripples them. But last night, they didn't have to be perfect. They were far from it. They had just an awful free throw shooting quarter. And in the same game, I think they went 3 of 11 from the foul line in the third. In the fourth and overtime, they went 10 for 10. Made them all, and they needed all of them. In a game that they won by 1 on a Dennis Schroder game-winning 3, they could have gone for the tie. They got the 3 for the lead. Got a defensive miss. I'll say a stop, but a miss. And a victory, a great win over the Houston Rockets. And we've kind of been talking to a lot of people on here, too. Been talking whether it's been the text line, our YouTube chat, because there's still some people that, again, say they would rather see this team lose. Again, the team has lost a lot. They're still, even with that win, the Kings have the 4th worst record, tied for 3rd worst record in the league. There's a long way to go. And I think as you get closer to February and March, where you can maybe as an organization put your team in a more difficult spot to win, that's when I think you should start looking at it. Now, I mean, you're going to look at it because they're so far behind and we expect them to kind of stay down in that lottery group. But you win a couple games and you'll move ahead of teams like Brooklyn and Charlotte potentially, but you have a rough stretch here. I still anticipate a team like the Clippers probably getting a little bit better if I had to project. I would think the Pelicans weren't going to, but they've played a lot better. They've won 4 in a row to get to 7 wins. So they were way down there. Dallas, who had been down by the Kings, is now up at 11 wins, and they may keep going north in the standings. So you got to see what else happens, see what teams decide. I look at a team like Milwaukee, who I wouldn't expect to be at the very bottom, but they're 11 and 18, and if they ultimately make a trade of Giannis, well, that's going to be a different looking team, or if there's a major injury to some of these other teams. But as we've seen nearly 30 games in the season, it looks like Charlotte Brooklyn, Washington, Indiana, Sacramento, New Orleans, the Clippers and the Jazz. That's the group. That's the worst of the NBA, I would say. And, if things turn dramatically for, someone like a Memphis or Portland, could they collapse? Sure, maybe. But here are the Kings, though. 7 wins, 22 losses. And this is where a lot of the push and pull happens amongst fans. We had a text here that was asking me, they were saying, where is this amongst our list? Jason is ignoring the text line more than Dave. And I went, all right, what is the text they've been giving us? Earlier, the best win is every loss. I want AJ in the draft. Okay. Is AJ going 1? Is he going 2? Is he going 3? Is he going 4? Do we know? We don't know. So where are the Kings going to finish? If you want AJ, do the Kings want AJ? I don't know. He's nice. He's really nice. I think this Kings team desperately needs a star player. Desperately. They've got good players. They've got some good veteran players now. They got some good young players developing. But I don't see, does this team have an all-star on their, they have guys that have been an all-star. There's no one that deserves to be an all-star this season. But if we project as they go forward, I don't think DeRozan will be on this team. And I don't know how much longer Sabonis and Levine and Monk, let's say, those are kind of been guys that have been all-star type candidates or been all-stars. As they build, as they grow, is Keegan the guy that can be that? As of now, I would say no, but you got to let this thing keep going. People develop at different times. People make big leaps at different times. Guys start to give you little breadcrumbs of like, oh, man, this is a guy that can really develop. I look at guys that are likely going to be first-time type all-stars this year. Denny Avdia was playing fine for Washington. Looks like a completely different guy this year for Portland. First-time all-stars could be guys like Austin Reeves. You look around the league, some of the Jalen Johnson is playing just absurd basketball for Atlanta. So you gotta let it develop, let it go. But my gut, my hunch, is telling me that the foundation piece, the future all-star on this team, is not on this team right now. So that may be coming through the draft to kind of get to this texture's point. Maybe it is AJ. Maybe it is Boozer. Maybe it is Caleb Wilson. Maybe it is Peterson. But maybe it's someone they pick if they pick 7th. We just don't know how these lotteries are going to go and how the drafts are going to go. And there is no exact blueprint. There just isn't. But my point on that is I'm sure of I don't even see what the final attendance was last night. I think it was about 16,000. I'm sure of the 16,000 that they're at the game last night. Some might have been there going, it might be better for them to lose. But I tell you, they sure didn't act like it when they're at the game. They were entertained. They were cheering for the team. You want the team to win. I like the guys on the team. It's not fun watching this team lose. And I know they're not enjoying it. I think it can make it a little more difficult to truly get the intel you need when you're evaluating the roster. But it is what they're doing. They're losing far more than they're winning, and they're trying to sort their way through this. And let's hear some of the guys kind of react to that last night on getting that much-needed win. Here's Russell Westbrook on that very fact.
It's great, man. I don't care how we did it, but we got to win. Don't really matter what any of this say, as long as we got to win, and then now we can move forward.
Well, and that's what they're trying to do. Russ hit a big shot late, tied the game, and was a huge factor, really, overall, in the win for the Kings.
Just staying ready, big shot. Obviously needed it, but it was good. The crowd was energized, stayed in it with us, which was good for us, especially doing that.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome to see the crowd, the way the players reacted to the love they were getting. They deserved because how hard they were fighting from 14 down. Here's DeMar DeRozan on just needing to see the beam, needing the victory.
We needed it bad. Last couple games been tough, been, overly frustrating just because we know how close we was being in the game. Should have pulled out the game. But, coming in, home floor, back-to-back versus a very good Western Conference team, it was big. We needed that.
Yeah, and DeMar continues to play well. Again, I think there's definitely a market for him. I mean, there's no doubt. I think people are going to be interested, and I could see some good team. I mean, DeMar's played well. DeMar's had a good season, and I still feel like a lot of Kings fans don't appreciate him enough. I mean, there's times, he can be a ball stopper at times, but man, can he score. And I think he's pretty darn consistent. He's been on, some struggling teams, but he goes out there every single night and scores, and he's been one of the great scorers, obviously a top 25 scorer of all time, and he's still doing it here at this age for the Sacramento Kings. Now, DeMar also would add in his post-game presser to the media about games, close games, decided late, winning these close games. Here's DeMar DeRozan on that.
Yeah, when you get down there, late game, when it's close, got the utmost confidence that we could put out a victory, with the experience, not just for myself, but a lot of other guys that love those big moments. We definitely, become extremely confident.
Here's an odd stat that, this Kings team is obviously not very good record-wise, but in games decided by 3 points or less, which, they've played, 29 games. They only have 7 wins, 7-22. So in these super close games, the Kings have only been involved in 4 of them. And you'd think, they're probably like 0-4 or 1-3. They're 3-1. They're 3-1 in the games that are really decided down to that last possession. That's pretty good, especially for a team that only has 7 wins. Now, they obviously have their share of games where they have been crushed and annihilated. And if you look at their schedule, they have played 19 of their games against teams above 500, and they're only 4-15 in those games. The problem is they've played 10 games against teams below 500. That's the fewest in the league, but they're 3-7. So they've missed out on opportunities against some of those subpar teams. Some of the other teams, like OKC, has played 20 games against teams below 500. Other teams have been able to take advantage of that, but OKC is just better than everybody anyway. So there's DeMar DeRozan on that. How about Coach Christie? Let's hear from Doug here, sharing his thoughts with the media after the game, and really how his team continues to battle all the way through.
I think, in a huge way, Portland don't want to get fined. That goes that way. They come here and just almost, and then you get down, and then just the continued fight and to compete at that level. I have the utmost respect for those guys in the locker room because, in our league it's hard to win games, but you can also let go of the rope, and they refuse to let go. That team right there is going to be in the mix. And, both of us on the back-to-back, I know they're traveling, big win for them, obviously, in Denver. But to come out and compete like that for our guys after some of the heartbreaks that we've had lately says a lot about their character as individuals and collectively. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Doug, boy, did he bite his tongue after the Portland game there in Portland. He really wanted to say more, but he did not want to get fined. And I give him credit too. Look, I think Doug has now found his kind of sweet spot because knowing him personally, Doug's a pretty fun, loose, relaxed, fun to be around guy, but super competitive. And the way the season started and the losses and the awful performances, and I was worried personally for him, not as is his job in jeopardy, not that. It was more like, man, Doug, this is not a version of him. Like, he wants to win, I get it, but his team wasn't playing that well, and he was losing his mind in some of the post games. I'm like, there's a long way to go. Is he going to be able to make it through this himself physically? And I just feel like there's been a tone shift for him. Doesn't mean he's not getting after his guys. I know he still wants to win, but he's not being as aggressive in some of his post-game chats with the media on his expectations. He's still maybe saying that in front of his guys, but he's not doing it at a second level with the media, at least consistently. And so, I think he's kind of settled into his spot. They're still trying to tinker and find stuff in the rotations, obviously, because now we're seeing Malik Monk not in the mix very much. And I did see it yesterday. Doug was the one that called down on the bench and wanted to bring Malik in. And that's kind of what I was thinking Saturday night against Portland. It's just they were there. They could not hit that big momentum-breaking play. And even though Malik hadn't played the entire game, I thought, man, if they just checked him in, this place will go nuts, which is exactly what happened last night. Let's hear Doug address that.
It's always it was the same way when Malik was playing and Keon was there, and it was like, how are we feeling? You know, what am I feeling with them? Is one playing and he wasn't? Keon wasn't terrible, but Malik brought in energy. The crowd gave that energy back. He came in, got a bucket, and I told him after the game, you know, like, I appreciate you for being a pro. Like, that's part of what it is to be a part of a team and a good teammate. Like, it was big time for him. It was 5 minutes, but they were a really good 5 minutes that we needed, and he supplied it.
Yeah, Malik, hey, look, they won by 1. He got 2 points. They only played about 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes, made his only field goal attempt. Missed 2 free throws, too, in that third quarter. That was surprising. But, yeah, I'm so torn on this because I do believe Malik Monk should be playing. I can understand what Doug is saying because he's right. It's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. If Malik was playing, there would be people who are going, why isn't Keon playing? I think the biggest frustration, I will say this in my 30-plus years of doing this, from the fans' perspective, usually, no matter who the coach is, as in a Sacramento Kings sideline, most people seem to have an issue with the coach's rotations. It just seemingly is almost always comes up. And so it's happening now a little bit for Doug where people are going, why isn't Keon playing? Well, then they start playing Keon. Why isn't Malik playing? There is a logjam at guards. Maybe there's still an avenue, like I addressed earlier, where you could still play all of them, and it'll get worse when Levine comes back. But it's a difficult thing to do. Now, from factually, Malik has been told the communication was very open. It's also something that Malik shouldn't like. He needs to be a pro. The optics are he's accepting it. He's still being a good teammate on the bench. He was going nuts on the sideline when it looked like they were going to win in Portland. They thought they had the game winner. So I support all of that with Malik, but I'm also going to now take Malik's side of this. If I'm Malik, I'm speaking for Malik Monk now. If I'm Malik Monk, I'm going, yeah, I get it. We got a lot of guards. Why am I the one that's not playing, though? Why didn't you pick Russ? Why didn't you pick Schroder? Why didn't you pick DeMar? Why'd you pick me? Why me? So I think that's a fair question. Totally fair to ask. Or can you rotate it? Like, hey, Malik, it's you tonight. We're just not going to play you tonight. All right, DeMar, sorry, next game it's not going to be you. Russ, then it's your I don't know. I haven't been a head coach. I don't know the answer to this. But it's back to the logjam that they have, and they've got a lot of veterans, and some of the veterans I'm sure they'd like to deal. Maybe even Monk's one of them. But people wanted to see Keon play a little bit more. People want to see Neek play a little bit more. I want to see all those guys play. They have too many guards. And, you know, when Levine is out, you feel like it opens an opportunity, but ironically, the Kings have elected to play bigger now. And they're starting Raynaud with Precious Achiuwa and Keegan, which I like seeing Keegan at the 3, puts DeMar at the 2, while Levine, I'm assuming when Levine comes back, they're going right back to playing Westbrook, Levine, DeRozan, Keegan Murray, and Raynaud. That's my assumption. So now you've put, one more guard back in the mix, and it's going to make it more difficult for Schroeder's minutes, for Clifford's minutes, for Monk's minutes, for Carter if he was here, all the way down the line. So tricky to do. Tough spot to be in, and I fully understand all of it. I really do. And I'm frustrated with all of it too. I really am. All things here can be true. Doug Christie also post-game talked about the play of a veteran backup point guard now, Dennis Schroder.
An incredible third quarter by Dennis. I don't know what his stat line was in that third quarter, but what I will say is he came in and palpably, he changed the energy, he picked up full court. The presence of making them feel us, one of our defensive pillars, that's what he did. And then he made shots. Keegan's gravity of making some shots, talking to Dennis, if you can reject and get downhill, reject and get downhill. And he did. So, he was spectacular. That was big-time basketball, and we needed every drop of his 24, 10, and 7.
Yeah, Dennis was great. A lot of heroes in last night's game. Text line, Jason, I can explain this. Us in the tank crowd don't want the Kings to win. We know if the Kings get any momentum, the front office will make a dumb win now move. Okay. I get that thought based on past, but I mean, the thing that has happened here now, and I would say a few weeks ago when I looked at man, the Kings are really falling apart, and I go, gosh, they're only 2 out of the 10th. Sacramento is still 5.5 back of the 10th spot. They're not really that close, and that doesn't seem like that's far. It's far. A lot of teams to leapfrog, and they won a game. One. Like, there's not really momentum right now. They won last night. I think they've been playing a little bit better, but they won last night. Let's remember after they won 2 in a row and beat Minnesota and Denver back-to-back, they were 5-13. Since then, they've gone 2-9. I mean, they're not thriving. They lost 4 in a row after that, then won 1. They had just lost 5 in a row, won 1. They're winning about every 4th or 5th game right now. Next couple games are Detroit, Dallas, Lakers, Clippers, Boston, Phoenix. I mean, again, I wouldn't worry about that today. I get it because of the past, but it doesn't mean everything from the past is going to happen again. It could. I'm just hoping it doesn't, and I don't believe it will, and you hope different people can see it that way. All right, let's continue more from the post-game reaction and the post-game locker room last night because, this again, I was proud of the group. I was thrilled with the way they got the win, how they had to do it, how they had to come back, and the challenges that were presented in front of them. And more from the post-game, more from Doug Christie on kind of where he feels like this team is going and growing into.
Minus me, I mean, it's really spectacular for them, for our coaching staff and organization. But more than anything, we haven't particularly played at the level that we want to at home, oddly enough. We've done it on the road quite a few times where we've competed really well. But these fans, this is what they deserve, and this is what we will give them. Like, ultimately, you're going to win them all? No. But they want to know that you are pouring your heart and soul out on the floor when they walk out of the building, and they got that tonight. And I even think, like, watching Portland and different things, there's steps to where we're going and what we're trying to do, and these guys they continue to step down that path.
All right, that's from Doug Christie. More from Doug because last night, again, if you're kind of hanging out a game ball, you could go to Schroder, you can go to Westbrook, you could go to DeMar DeRozan and his production, 27 points. I thought Keegan finally shot the ball well. He always has to guard, the best player. He's out there guarding Kevin Durant, and he was producing 26 points. He was a +6 when he was on the floor. Doug addressed the game from Keegan.
For Keegan, and you guys mentioned it in pregame, like the guarding the best player, which he did in KD. He also guarded Thompson, which is their best driver, with the gravity and the physicality, and all of a sudden he started making shots, and I'm just proud of him. At first, he doesn't stop shooting the ball. We ran a couple sets that got him open, and he knocked them down. But probably one of my favorite stats on here is that he was 5 for 5 at the free throw line, because that's where he's going to really take a jump when he shoots the ball so well. If you go under, if he just looks at the basket, you have to respect it. And a lot of people will leave the ground, and when they leave the ground, I'm insisting that he creates contact and gets to the line, and he did it on a 3-pointer tonight. So super excited for him. He deserves a game like this.
Yeah, that's another level. I agree with that from Doug of where Keegan's game can grow and be a guy that gets to the line like DeRozan. I mean, DeRozan, that's a weapon in his game. Keegan can make free throws. He just doesn't get there that often. One more point here from our text line. This is coming from Jeff. On the broadcast last night, Katie said that Doug was not playing Malik because of the defensive emphasis he has. Yeah, you know what? Doug did make this point in the pregame, his pregame presser, that look, they've tried everything. They've tried all these combinations. He really wants this team to be more of a defensive-oriented team. I think they're really starting to lean more into some of the groupings that do that. I want to see how that plays out in real time because A guy like Zach LaVine hasn't been a great defender. DeMar DeRozan at times. Like, there's other guys that can really score it, and Malik's in that group. But I think you've got to get more defense from all those guys, from Westbrook, from Schroder, from your veterans that you continue to play, and then, play Ellis more, play Carter when he comes back. I mean, they can. I still think this team needs to keep tinkering, keep experimenting, and keep trying all sorts of things because 7-22 certainly isn't going to do it. But as they look to see what the long-term keepers are for this team, they got to find out who they can trust as this year goes on in the years ahead. All right, still to come, more on the Kings. But when we come back, 4 down territory, who had the best weekend individually, and a team and who was on the wrong side of that in the worst department. We've got that for you next on Sacramento Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heating and Air. They're now upgrading what they do to include plumbing. They're bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. So they're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them all the time as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement. And now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free and give you that second opinion. And right now, they got a free furnace special with a full system installation up to $2,500 in rebates. All for a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It was a couple of years ago that I walked into the Mercedes-Benz of Stockton showroom for the very first time, and let me tell you, I was blown away. Not only did they have the finest cars I've ever seen, the people I encountered, whether it was Jane, whether it was Dante, Jason, you name it, they were all friendly to me. And now is the perfect time for you to head to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton because it's the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. You may say, Drapes, what's the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration? Well, for starters, you can get a car with 3-year prepaid maintenance on select models. And because it's nearing the end of the year, important tax breaks are available right now. Plus, they have low rates on new vehicles and certified pre-owned vehicles. So see for yourself. Head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton right now and tell them Drape sent you. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration, the gift that keeps on giving.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sepp Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sepp Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sepp's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today.
What will a Maverick do? 'Cause you're a Maverick too.
Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments. Some restrictions apply.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
All right, it's that time in the show where we recap the weekend of football. Still have Monday Night Football tonight right here on Sactown Sports, the 49ers and the Colts. But it is 4-down territory time. Chris Verlaud, first down.
Which team had the best week in the NFL?
All right, I'm going to give, especially because Dave's not here, I'll give multiple answers today because usually we try to pick one each here. But there's lots of candidates, obviously. One, I'm going to give the 49ers who didn't play, but if we go back to Thursday, they needed a Seattle win to put the 49ers in the position they're now in. So they got that. Now if the 49ers win out, they will be the 1 seed. They also hadn't even played yet, and they got into the playoffs, clinching a spot yesterday with some other of the factors that happened. So they had a great week. I'm going to look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and their wild win over the Lions. They get their 9th win, paired with Baltimore losing. Mike Tomlin guarantees a winning season. They got a little cushion now, and they're one more win away from winning the division. They had a great week. Jacksonville knocked off the juggernaut Denver Broncos. That's a great win for Jacksonville, their 11th of the season. And the other one, I got to give a hat tip to the Panthers for winning at home, coming back to beat Tampa. And let's give one more shout out to, I would say, the Patriots and Bears. I mean, Patriots win and get their first playoff berth since 2021, and the Bears just keep winning those close games. So lots of candidates for the best of this week, but for the team-wise, so that's my group. It's a group of teams that had the best week. All right, second down.
Which team had the worst week in the NFL?
All right, so now we're hitting, obviously, some of the opposites of what I had just said there. But if I'm going to pick one specifically, I'm going to look at Tampa Bay. They are really falling apart. If we go to about the midpoint of the season, it was their division to lose. They had injuries at receiver, and they were getting guys back in Mike Evans and Godwin. And Baker Mayfield was probably the MVP at that time. And they have just fallen apart. I mean, Tampa Bay on the road yesterday with an opportunity to kind of get a stranglehold back on the division, loses. They were 6-2 going into their bye week. And since then, losses to New England, Buffalo, the Rams, the Saints, the Falcons, and the Panthers. In between, they split that a 3-point win over Arizona. They finished the year at Miami, and then still they play Carolina. So they do control their own destiny. But Tampa really has fallen off a cliff, and it's one of those teams with one of the spots that the wild card teams in the NFC are trying to get to 5th because they want to play that road game that they have to play the way the league is structured. But whether they have to go to Tampa or Carolina, that's where those NFC teams want to be in that coveted 5th spot as far as the wild card picture goes. So I would say Tampa had the worst week this week in the NFL. Detroit would be a close second because the way they lost that game, such a wild finish with the officiating, and it just has put them in a really, really tight spot to get back into the postseason. All right, third down.
Which individual had the best week in the NFL?
Lots of candidates, as always, here. I'm going to go to Chicago's quarterback, Caleb Williams. He's probably had better passing days statistically. I know he has. Threw for about 250, threw 2 touchdowns, but continues to lead this team in these comebacks. And, last year the Chiefs were on the right side of all those one-possession games, and this year they're on the wrong side. It can flip. It's very fragile in the league. It doesn't mean if you do it one year, you're going to always win these close games. But the Bears have had this knack of coming back and winning games, and they were in trouble, down 10 with 5 minutes to go. Caleb Williams helped lead the tie. They get the win in overtime, 22-16, and the throw he had in overtime, just impeccable. An incredible throw Caleb Williams has been knocked at times. Now he's becoming a Chicago Bears fan favorite. And 11-4, 6-1 at home. They're doing some fun things, and it looked cold and not as cold as it was 2 weeks ago, but that Saturday night game was a tough one against the Packers. But Caleb Williams, I would say he's the one. And probably you, Chris, fantasy football-wise.
We don't want to spoil who's hot and who's not.
Is that really going in who's hot and who's not?
Oh, we'll see.
All right. Anyway, 4th down.
Which individual had the worst week in the NFL?
We'll see. You're doing that. Worst week in the NFL. Several candidates here as well. Statistically, man, Jackson Dart yesterday was awful for the New York Giants. Let me get his official stat line. That was a tough game to watch. 16-13, Vikings got the win. You know, when you play a young player, you kind of have to go through the growing pains, but you hope like, all right, let's get them all out now. Jackson Dart, 7 for 13, 1 interception, 33 yards passing. He ran twice for 7 yards. Woof. Yeah. I think he's going to be fine, but yesterday was not a shining moment for him. The other one, this might be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going to give it to the NFL. I know they're not an individual, but the NFL itself as an entity, because here we are going into week 17, Christmas week, and they've got 3 games on Christmas. And I know probably when the ratings come out between the NBA and the NFL on Christmas, the NFL will win. But when the schedule was made, I got to believe the NFL was fired up for what they were going to put out on Christmas Day. And it doesn't sound like it now, but when it was drawn up, you go Dallas and Washington, 2 longtime rivals. Washington made the postseason a year ago. Dallas is America's team. That's going to be a great game for us. Both teams have been eliminated from the postseason. Second game, middle game on Christmas. Detroit at Minnesota. Minnesota won 13 games last year. Detroit was a playoff team. Detroit is 1 more loss away from being eliminated, but they are in. They're one of the few teams still in on Christmas. And Minnesota is out. So that's a rivalry game, but I don't know what that'll do on Christmas in Minnesota. And the third game, they probably thought this was going to be a shootout of all shootouts as far as for the AFC West. Denver, who's great and lost yesterday, versus Kansas City. Kansas City lost Mahomes 2 weeks ago and Gardner Minshew yesterday during the game. They're down to their 3rd quarterback. They've been eliminated from the postseason. They still have Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce. Chris Jones feels like about it at this moment for them. So the NFL, which will do fine. Don't feel sorry for the NFL on Christmas. But the way the games all played out yesterday, you're going, man, on Christmas, we're going to get Dallas, Washington, Detroit, Minnesota, and Denver and Kansas City. Not what the league had in mind. But a good day of games. And again, we'll kind of recap what we said earlier as far as the playoff picture now that we've gone through 15 weeks. Denver and New England have clinched in the AFC. New England has the tiebreaker. Denver has the tiebreaker based on better winning percentage in common games. So if the season ended today, Denver would be the 1 seed and would have the bye, even though they're both 12-3. Jacksonville right behind them at 11-4. Pittsburgh would be the 4 seed because they lead the AFC North at 9-6. And then you got the battle with the Chargers and Bills, both 11-4 in the 5-6 spot. Chargers have the tiebreaker for the moment. And then the Texans have done a nice job of kind of getting back in the mix to 10-5. By the way, shout out to the Raiders yesterday. Didn't win the game, and it's probably they're in that spot now, especially the way the NFL works, where it's better for them to lose because they will improve their draft order. There's no lottery in the NFL. But you saw a good game from Ashton Genty. Caught a long pass for a touchdown, ran for 128 and a score. And they played a very good defensive team and made them work for the win, 23-21. So the Raiders season, it has been up and down and really down. And I think about the win to start the year at New England to go 1-0 And they've only beaten Tennessee since, but they are working now on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 game losing streak here at the end of the year. That is not fun. As far as the NFC playoff picture goes, this one's a little bit more set in stone, but not finalized, certainly, because the 1 seed is still up for grabs, which is the coveted spot now. The 1 seed's the only one that gets a bye in the first weekend. Seattle currently occupies that at 12-3. The Bears, who the Niners play next week, they're in the 2 spot at 11-4, leading their division. The Eagles have clinched their division. They're in, and they're 10-5. Carolina currently would be 4th because they're a division leader, though they have not secured that up at 8-7. Rams are in at 11-4. Niners are in at 10-4. And the last wild card spot will come down to Green Bay, Detroit. Still a chance for Tampa Bay or Carolina to be in that spot as well if they don't win their division. So still a few things up for grabs in this one, but we shall see how it all goes. All right, when we come back, we are going to look at who's hot and who's not. We may have had a mini preview on that. Also, we'll recap our Celebrity Pick 6. How did our Celebrity Picker, the new coach at Sacramento State, Alonzo Carter, how did he do on our picks? We'll have that for you when we come back here on Sactown Sports.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about Jonathan Gonzalez and Gonzalez Law. Here's the phone number, 916-304-9187. Make sure you jot that down, 916-304-9187. Website is saclegaldefense.com. Are you in the need of representation? Do you have questions as to whether or not you should have representation? Well, how about someone that's got years of experience that has helped many clients from around Sacramento and has been successful at it and helped people in a variety of ways? If you need representation for criminal defense, he will help you. Whether it's a car accident you've been involved in, he will help you. Maybe it's a wrongful termination case, sexual harassment case. Maybe it's something you'd like removed from your record. Those things can hang around for a while and create some problems with your life. Maybe you're not having all of your rights. He can help you with that expungement and get that removed from your record. Lots of areas of expertise, lots of knowledge, years of experience, people he has helped, and he's just one of us here in Sacramento with his offices in downtown Sacramento. It's Gonzalez Law, Jonathan Gonzalez, saclegaldefense.com, 916-304-9187.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made-in-America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
You're going to do a Neil Diamond show?
A Neil Diamond experience from Focus Features.
Are you ready to sing?
Critics and audiences are raving. Song Sung Blue is fantastically entertaining.
It's good.
So good. with powerhouse performances from Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. Tell me I'm doing the right thing.
You are.
Based on a triumphant true story about never giving up on your dreams.
Sold out shows.
We're sold out? Song Song Blue, rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters this Thursday.
You ever notice how the other guys scream about massive discounts on their Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep Ram vehicles? Then you get to the fine print and boom, another $5,200 in mandatory ads. At Hoblet, we don't insult your intelligence. The price you see is the price you pay. No mystery add-ons, no bait and switch, no gotcha when you sit down to buy. Hoblet, family owned for 77 years. Transparency, straightforward pricing. Buy it right, buy it at Hoblet.
No gift? No problem. With Target's last-minute gifts, the holidays are a breeze. You can score on the hottest toys, beauty must-haves, chocolatey stocking stuffers, and much more. And if you need it now, no worries. Swing by any Target store today and snag all the stocking stuffers and gifts for the most magical season yet. Step into the holidays, check off everything on your list, and save big on your last-minute gifts. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
What's hot, what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Home Pros, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergy.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Well, we may have had a tease for this. I'm not exactly sure because this is Chris's department here. But Chris, who is hot?
The Dangerous Night Crew.
The Dangerous Night Crew?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
The Dangerous Night Crew in the league fantasy football. Dangerous Night Crew had Puka Nacua, Jared Goff. He threw for 300 yards. Nacua had 200 receiving yards. Has McCaffrey tonight. And, also New Orleans defense, which got 25 points. The Dangerous Night Crew currently has 176 points with Christian McCaffrey going tonight.
Is the Dangerous Night Crew leading by a good amount?
A good amount.
Okay.
You might say the team that they're going up against is not hot.
Oh.
That would be Sactown's Purdiest. He did not start off the week well with Seattle's defense getting -3 points. He also had Lamar Jackson yesterday, only threw for 100 yards and only 7 yards rushing. You did have Jamar Chase, but Deebo Samuel, Bryce Hall, and dang it, this just froze up.
Not enough.
And David Montgomery had terrible days. They didn't even get up to 15 points combined.
It's over.
No, there's a chance. He's got Kittle tonight, which if he has, I'm doing quick calculations, 140 points, then he might have a chance to win.
Oh, so what are we talking about? Like 8, 9 touchdowns?
At least. And that's if Christian McCaffrey doesn't do anything.
So you're saying there's a chance. Honestly, it'll never happen, but would that be the worst loss ever?
Especially with me doing all of this right now, yeah.
Well, good for the Dangerous Night Crew.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is that a first-time name or is that a long-time name?
I believe it's 3 years running now. Maybe even 4 years running.
And what's that associated with?
I think you should leave.
Oh, okay. The Dangerous Night Crew. Okay. So that's who's hot and who's not. And yeah, the other league you're in, isn't that with some people from this building?
Yeah, and what's crazy is I'm having even a better game there. I am currently up 80 points.
Ooh.
Against our wonderful salesperson, Kelsey.
So yeah, looks like you're going to the finals next week.
Hey, 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Good for you, Chris. Good Good for you.
How many people are saying, like, this is stupid, shut up?
Probably a lot. All right, let's do it. Let's recap our Celebrity Pick 6, which is brought to you by our friends at Roosters on the River. And Celebrity Pick 6 has been fun this year. We are going to be checking out Roosters on the River today.
Yes, we are.
Very anxious. We're about, less than 2 hours away from checking that out.
And I'm not sure. Oh, man, I wish I would have remembered. But Aaron in the YouTube chat on Friday, he either won gift card to Roosters or a gift card or for Mountain Mike's. It was one of those.
Right. I don't know which one either. But thank you, Aaron, for being a faithful listener.
Congratulations.
And congratulations. All of you out there, too, on our Sactown Sports YouTube page that are watching there. Oh, are we not on camera right now?
Should be.
Oh, maybe it's me. I'm sure it's me. It's computer. Hit the thumbs up button while you're there. We appreciate it. Oh, yeah, there I am. Hi. Hit the thumbs up button. We really appreciate that. Helps us with our algorithms. So thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for texting in at 916-339-1140. The last text is, let's see.
Oh, there's Aaron. He got Mountain Mike's.
Mountain Mike's? Oh, we're coming to his house for the pizza. I'm a pizza guy. Different place.
Probably shouldn't be saying this.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Last text line we got. Kings still shoot poorly. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Not a strength of the team at all. 209 wants to know, when are you guys going to have a live show at Roosters on the River? That's from Zach. Zach actually texted that last week, too.
I would say keep an ear out. Might be happening after the holidays.
Us?
No.
Oh. Middays?
No.
Afternoons?
There might be
Weekends?
some sort of viewing.
Oh. Okay. Always pays to listen, so make sure you're checking things out. All right, let's do it. Let's recap our Celebrity Pick 6, again, brought to you by our friends at Roosters on the River. And if we go back through the year, I'm going to work our way from the bottom to the top. We have had an 0-6, and that was our celebrity from the A's, their longtime voice, Ken Korak. Very difficult to do. Just as difficult to go 6-0 as 0-6. 1-5, we opened up the year with the G-Man. The group that went 2-4, Pat Still, Henry Turner, Bobby Jackson. The group that's gone 3-3, Gun Rock, the mascot of the Aggies. Brad Miller. Brad was having a good time last night. Christmas sweater and all at the game. Greg Vaughn, Mike Bibby. The 4-2 group, Jerry Reynolds, Cody from Pat and Cody down the hall. Jim Less, coach of the UC Davis Aggie basketball team. We do have a group that's 5-1. The group includes, look who I'm putting in here, Christopher Laud, Herky the Hornet, and last week's participant, Mark Jones, 5-1.
I believe I was the first one to go 5-1.
I believe that's factually correct. But everybody on that list has new competition because there's a new coach in town. And he's at Sac State.
Don't like how you're grabbing that bell so quickly.
And it's Coach Carter. Let's see how Coach Carter did on Friday. He had 6 tough games to pick from. The first game we gave him, Chris, was Packers at Bears, and he took the Bears.
Overtime win,
comeback win. 1-0. The next game, the Buccaneers at the Panthers. Important game in the NFC South. He took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Coach is 1-1. All he can do is tie the elites. The elites, like Christopher Laud. The next game, Jaguars. Do you like luxury? Jaguars at Broncos. He took the Denver Broncos. Coach Carter's now 1-2. All right. Game 4. Chargers at Cowboys. Coach took the Chargers. All right, so he's 2-2. The next game, Steelers at the Lions. I remember when he picked this game, I thought, I don't like this pick from Coach. He took the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coach was right. 3-2. Will he be 500 or 4-2? The last game, Patriots at Ravens. Sunday Night Football. Coach Carter, the new coach at Sacramento State, took the Baltimore Ravens. So he finishes with 3 wins.
It was okay.
And 3 losses. There you go.
Not a good look when the coach isn't as good as the mascot.
Ooh. Well, Herky's tough. Herky is tough. So there you go. Thank you to everyone that has participated this year in our Celebrity Pick 6. You told me, Chris, that we are supposed to have this going through the postseason.
That's the plan.
All right. I think I've got a wrinkle of a plan that I'm going to have. We'll announce that at certainly at a later date. 339-1140 if you'd like to chime in on the show via the text line, including someone that's saying, answer the phone. Oh, that I think I know who that is. 916-339-1140. Text line, certainly on the phone lines. Also, YouTube chat, like we said, feel free to chime in there. We're going to have Matt Barrows joining us here coming up in just a few moments. He's going to join us at 9. We got a busy final hour. All right, let's go ahead and check in with line 1 that was desperate to check in. Good morning.
Feliz Navidad, Jason.
Is this... Wait, no. It sounds like JR, but it can't be.
What's up, you misfit toys?
That's me. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a Charlie in the box, as Dave refers to me.
Yes, you are.
Yes. I'm a Charlie in the box.
Hey,
what a
JR.
great show. I can't believe... What's up, buddy?
Are your Niners going to win out and be the 1 seed?
Oh, of course they are.
Okay.
I've already forecasted that.
Oh.
I'm Nostradamus.
Yes, you are.
It's going to be close tonight, but exciting. A lot of touches by McCaffrey, so whoever had that fantasy team is in a little bit of a trouble. He might have those points in the first quarter.
Yeah, that might be in the bag.
Yeah. And I got Eddie on my team rolling into these playoffs, so I'm hoping for a few field goals from the big De Niro. I call him De Niro. He's money.
Yes, he is. Eddie Money.
De Niro. Yes. And I will see you out there tomorrow night.
Really?
I went in and went all in, bringing the family.
Oh, man. There's more of you?
Yeah, there are. There's 2 I know of.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that you've met them. We walked through the halls of that G1 Center. And
I know. I wasn't sure. I want a DNA test.
I think you actually said to my one son, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that."
I think I did. Seemed like a great guy, but I'm like, I'm sorry you have to deal with him. It's been traumatic.
Stuck with me during the holidays. As always, this is a great show, and you guys are great people. So I wish you the best. If I do see you, I will say hi and say, J. Ross.
Yeah.
And Chris, good luck with your teams. God, he's pretty knowledgeable on the old fantasy football.
I think he's made all that up. Thank you, JR. We appreciate you. And, yeah, we hopefully will see you tomorrow night. We'll have a big, huge embrace. I look forward to that. All right. Third hour is complete. Show is rolling right along today. Jason Ross, Chris Vallad. When we come back, final hour. More Kings conversation coming up. More crosstalk, too, with Alan Stiles, celebrity birthdays. But up next, let's check in on the 49ers. They play the Colts tonight, and our weekly conversation with Matt Barrows from The Athletic, brought to you by Stockton Honda. That is next on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big deal guy at Folsom Lake Dodge. Vince!
Actually, this time of year, you can call me the Holiday Big Deal Guy.
The Holiday Big Deal Guy!
Because during the wrap-up-the-year sales event at Folsom Lake Dodge, you can save over $18,000 net savings off MSRP on a new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4.
I'll take it.
And for a stocking stuffer,
keys to a Jeep,
a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S. Right now, I've got one for only $36,995.
That's why they call you the Big Deal Guy! So over $18,000 off a Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
And a Jeep Wrangler Sport for only $36,995. But you'll only find these big holiday deals at one place.
That's right, only one place. At Folsom Lake Dodge. In the Folsom Auto Mall.
But online at FolsomLakeDodge.com.
Ram includes 9873 dealer discount plus 8207 in national stackable and holiday bonus cash. Then SN 667196. Jeep includes 4250 dealer discount plus 12750 in bonus national retail loyalty and holiday cash. Must be current owner of FCA vehicle to qualify for loyalty bonus cash. Then SW 543907. See dealer details. Expires 1/2/26.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's holiday food drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments. Some restrictions apply.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't! Yes, he did!
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, final hour of this Monday show. Alan Stiles will be coming up, starting his show at 10 o'clock. We'll have Alan in studio in the final segment. A little crosstalk and celebrity birthdays for today. Covered a lot about the NBA, a lot of Kings. What a great win last night for Sacramento. Just their 7th win. Many heroes, including DeRozan, Keegan Murray, Westbrook, Schroder, all went for 20 or more. 3 different players at double-doubles between Westbrook and Schroder and Maxime Raynaud. Just a quality win, coming from 14 down to beat Houston. So a lot of discussion on that. Kings will play Detroit tomorrow night, and it'll be 30 games in now. Again, this season just it goes quickly, and much like the NFL season. And we're efforting here. We're going to hopefully have a regular Monday at 9 o'clock guest. Matt Barrows joining us here momentarily. He's from The Athletic, and, of course, he is brought to you by our friends at Stockton Honda. Niners couldn't have had a much more beneficial week, as he was they needed a situation in which the Rams had to lose. That happened on Thursday night, which was just an amazing game, an incredible comeback, controversial game too. And then over the weekend as well, the Niners got a few of the breaks as far as the losses they need to secure a playoff spot. So they're in. They know that. Tonight's game won't change any of that. What it could change is their potential overall final seeding in the NFC. And what's still on the line for San Francisco is if they win their last 3 games, tonight in Indianapolis, next week against Chicago, the final week against Seattle, they would be the NFC's top seed. And that's a huge difference the way the playoffs are now constructed, with 3 wildcard teams, the other 3 division winners all in action, and only one team gets a bye. There's a time to rest, 1 less game. You thin out the field. You have a chance to prepare. There's so many advantages to that. It's not a guarantee. Doesn't mean you're going to get to the Super Bowl. Doesn't mean you're the best team. But if you're going to pick your path, that would be path number one. The second path would to try to be the 5 seed, because you're going to play the 4th seed, which is the worst of the division winners. In this case, that's either going to be Carolina or Tampa Bay. So to me, those are the two most ideal paths for the 49ers, but the first one's the clear-cut choice. I mean, that's what you want. That means you're going to stay hot. That means you're winning to close out. You get an extra week. You know, there's still talk about Fred Warner possibly coming back at some point if the Niners can extend their season. So you just want to increase all your odds. And look, when you put every other team into another game situation, injuries happen. Things could happen to the Bears or the Eagles or Rams or, go down the list of NFC teams that are going to be there. You're avoiding that if you can get the bye week. So, again, the advantages, and then the biggest one maybe is home field. You don't want to have to travel. And if somehow, some way the Niners could get the 1 seed and host playoff games and win a couple of NFC games, including the championship, then they'd have the Super Bowl in their home stadium. I mean, it's starting to feel like things are lining up for them about as beautifully as they can be. But the saying goes, they got to take care of their own business. So that's what's on and up for grabs here tonight with the Niners and their matchup with Indianapolis. And the Colts, they've had that topsy-turvy season where they were definitely a surprise team out of the gates. What Daniel Jones was doing early stunned me and surprised a lot of people out there, and they took advantage of it. They got themselves out to a 7-1 start. Then they were 8-2, had their bye week, and they haven't won since. They've lost to the Chiefs, the Texans, the Jaguars, and the Seahawks last week. Now, of course, the Seahawks game last week, the headline was the first game without Daniel Jones and the first game with Phillip Rivers. Short time to get ready. Threw for just over 100 yards, threw a touchdown, led them for what they thought was going to be the game-winning field goal, only to have Seattle kick a field goal after that, and then Rivers threw a pick. But it's one of those guys that I find myself rooting for to play well because I think it's an amazing story, but not rooting for him tonight because, Niners are in a spot where they need to win. They're going to have to figure out a way to slow down Jonathan Taylor. He's had an incredible year. And, keep Phillip Rivers on that short check down, kind of underneath passing game, limit Taylor, and get that offense cooking. The Niners' offense has been good lately. Kyle Shanahan's had a brilliant season. I'd expect more of the same from him and this team. And now that Brock Purdy he's definitely back, and you're getting the best version of him. And that offense last week that scored 37 points against the Titans. And we looked at these games after they lost to the Rams and said they're going to have to beat the Cardinals, find a way to beat the Panthers, beat the Browns, beat the Titans. They did it. They've done that after that kind of loss-win stretch that they were in. Now they've won 4 in a row, and they put themselves in this amazing opportunistic position. Great coaching this year. And sometimes when you hear that said, and maybe I've been guilty of it as well, but a lot of people think, well, it's roster is more important than coaching. And it might be in the end, but they really go together. I mean, football is such a team sport. You could have the best quarterback. That'll give you a chance, but you need a good line. You need a good running game. You need complementary defense. You need special teams. You need good coaching, good play calling, coordinating, all that stuff. All these things are factors in trying to build a good football team. And the 49ers, I think, a strength since he has been there. I think Kyle Shanahan's a phenomenal coach. I think he's one of the great play callers in the league. If I was a quarterback or a skill player, I'd love to play for him. He makes a lot of people better. And then you give him good weapons like McCaffrey and Kittle and Purdy, who's developing into a good quarterback. That's trouble. That's trouble for opposing teams, and that's where the Niners are right now, putting themselves in a pretty favorable position. All right, let's go to our phone lines and check in with our guest today. It's Matt Barrows from The Athletic, brought to you by our friends at Stockton Honda. Matt, Jason Ross here. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing well. Happy holidays. Hopefully Christmas is it coming at the right time for you? I know you probably don't really get much of a break because you got football, and more football.
Yeah, that happens. At least there's no game on Christmas this year. That wasn't the case a couple of years ago with that. Remember that Ravens game where they didn't even play well. But no, it's fine. It's par for the course. That's what you get when you become a sports guy. You have to work on Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and all that stuff.
Well, when we last talked, Matt, we were saying, look, the Niners have done a good job to put themselves in a good spot. That spot has gotten even better since we talked last Thursday, a great Thursday night game where it looked like the Rams had it. The Seahawks came back. They are now the 1 seed. But what that did, paired with some losses yesterday, the Niners not only have clinched a playoff spot, they also now control their destiny if they can win tonight, win next week, and win the final game. Somehow, some way, Matt, this team would be the 1 seed. And if everything went right, they could be at home for the Super Bowl. What an amazing year they've put themselves in this position.
For sure. And, it's not just, not having to travel and playing in your home field and in your home locker room. Remember, the last time they went to the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, they had to practice at UNLV. And it was a big, big deal for them because they were not satisfied with the playing surface or the practicing surface at UNLV. They usually practice on turf, and they put grass over it, and it was maybe hastily done. Certainly not to their satisfaction. They may be the most sensitive team in the NFL to playing surface. And you can argue whether that's good or bad, but my point being that this would be the most ideal situation. They could practice on their home practice field and not have to worry about that facet of it, which was, frankly, a big worry the last time they were in the big game.
Yeah, as we talked to Matt Barrows from The Athletic, and, of course, he's brought to you each and every Monday by Stockton Honda. So, let's get to tonight's game. Again, this is a game that there can't be any slip up to get to the goals that they want to be in that advantageous position. They got to beat this Colts team that's also desperate tonight, Matt. They were cooking, and now they're close to being cooked at this point if they can't find a way to win tonight. So what are your thoughts on this matchup and how the Niners can keep this thing rolling?
Yeah, it's all about stopping the run, all about stopping Jonathan Taylor. And the 49ers have had trouble doing that against lesser teams, against lesser running backs. So I think that they know what their challenge is. And the last time they had a game like this, remember, they went to Tampa in week 6, and that was the game that Fred Warner got hurt in. And it was fairly early in the game, and the defense was out of whack after that, and they let up some big plays, and then the communication wasn't very good. And the following week, they were going to host Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, and that Falcons rushing attack. And, the thought was, oh boy, without Fred Warner, without Nick Bosa, this team is going to struggle. And really, the linebacking crew in particular, Tatum Bethune and D. Winters, stepped up in that game, and they held Robinson to 40 yards, and just a lot of electricity in the building that night. And that's what they have to kind of summon for this game. Tatum Bethune will be back. I think something to look for is, okay, he's back, but he's missed a lot of football games. And one of the themes this season is guys that miss a lot of games, whether you're George Kittle or Brock Purdy or anyone else, you need a couple of games to sort of get back into the flow of things. And those guys were not great in the first games back, but they quickly refound their footing and are performing really well now. So the question would be, how long does it take Tatum Bethune, Sam Oguanu, Yetur Gross-Matos, some of the reinforcements that they're getting for this game to really kind of hit top speed, hit their stride?
Matt, I'm thinking about that of the things they've been dealt as a team with a ton of injuries on offense, but certainly on the defense that you're alluding to that, Warner gets hurt in that game, and then they play that great run defensive game against the Falcons after that. When you kind of look at the big picture of the defense, how much credit should a guy like Robert Saleh get for whether it's his own personality and the energy he coaches with to his schemes? How much does Saleh deserve to kind of keeping this thing together?
Yeah, a ton. I mean, I just can't imagine this scenario happening in either of the two most recent years, where you lose Nick Bosa and then you lose Fred Warner and then you lose your number one draft pick, Mykal Williams. I can't imagine that happening under Steve Wilkes or Nick Sorensen and not and the team not going through just, a sort of a crushing emotional stretch, or just kind of falling apart the rest of the season. So I do think that Saleh and this team's confidence in Saleh, I think that's the key, that this is the guy that's done it. He's done it well. The team leaders respect him, and he's sort of kind of kept it all together when really, by all measures, it should have fallen apart. So I think that's a credit to him. It's a credit to Kyle Shanahan. I'm sure that Bosa and Warner are still there. Their voices are still there in the locker room, in the meeting room, and I think that that's been important as well. But, really it's a no-name defense. I mean, maybe Deommodore Lenoir is the most well-known guy among those starting 11. So it's I think if they do, they've made the playoffs. If they somehow got the number one seed, it's such a massive story of how this defense was able to certainly not excel, but kind of stay together during a very challenging season.
Yeah, and it feels like, I mean, you would know better. You're closer to all these guys, but ever since Saleh left, and really D'Amico Ryans after that, I just it just looks like, the appearance-wise, that Kyle Shanahan just has such a sense of trust based on his past success with Saleh, based on the success this year, that he's just got that covered, and Kyle can kind of just focus on team things and certainly on the offense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a huge level of trust. I mean, the critique of Shanahan these last 2 years, since D'Amico Ryans left, is that he's fallen in love with the scheme. And so he's brought in guys who, and Steve Wilkes didn't run the scheme but was asked to, so really not his bailiwick as far as this defense. And then in Sorensen, someone who was really a little-known figure but knew the scheme really well, and that's how he got the job. So they've been sort of forcing square pegs into round holes, and obviously Saleh is the correct piece. That's the piece that Shanahan's wanted all along, him or D'Amico Ryans. And, you're seeing that cohesion this year.
As far as the offensive side of things tonight for the 49ers, I think everything for the most part is pretty clear. Pearsall is out, though, for tonight, correct?
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall's out for tonight, and it'll be Kendrick Bourne as the starter. And, to me, that's an interesting storyline this year, because Bourne came in week 2 and really hit it off with Mac Jones. Mac Jones was his teammate in New England. They were simpatico. They were on the same page. When Brock Purdy came back briefly in week 4 and then against the Cardinals a few weeks ago, Kendrick Bourne kind of went away. I mean, he barely got the ball. I think he had something like 18 yards in the last 3 weeks. And all of that came in the most recent games. Point being is that he had a great relationship, chemistry with Mac Jones. Didn't have that with Brock Purdy. Wasn't here, throughout the spring, throughout the summer, et cetera, et cetera. But you started to see that warm up a little bit against the Titans last Sunday. And, whether that's taken another step or not, I think that's going to be a big deal tonight.
Matt, as we look at this team offensively too, Christian McCaffrey would have to have a big couple of weeks in the receiving department to get to 1,000 yards. He should get there in rushing yards. For a guy that, has missed time in the last year or so, and then there was even some question marks right at the very end of camp. They've asked a lot of him, and, man, I don't know where they would be this year with the injuries and everything they've had to go through, what this year would be like if McCaffrey did not have this year that he's having.
Yeah, for sure, especially the first 8 games. He was the offense, really was propped up on him. Tonight will be interesting because, without Ricky Pearsall, it's more of a first half of the season game. So they don't have all of their pass-catching threats in there, and I wonder whether they will lean on McCaffrey like they did early on. George Kittle is back. He wasn't there for most of the early part of the season as well. But if there's ever a game for Christian McCaffrey to kind of catch back up in the pass receiving part of that 1,000 equation, I think that this would be it, where you're probably not going to be gaining huge amounts of yards against a very good Colts defense, and you sort of have to pick your way down the field. This might be a first half of the season type of game for the 49ers.
And if it is for McCaffrey, I think I read this. I think, what is he, about 7 catches away from breaking Roger Craig's team record for running back? I mean, it's going to happen. It might happen tonight.
It could absolutely could happen tonight. There are a lot of old records. George Kittle's got a couple, touchdowns for a 49ers tight end. He's got to catch Vernon Davis in that. I think that McCaffrey has 9 rushing touchdowns. He has the team record with 14, which he set in 2023. And then in second place, there's like 5 guys with 10. Like Frank Gore is one of them. Joe Perry is another. So with just 2 more rushing touchdowns, Christian McCaffrey would have first and second place in that category, which is astounding, just kind of given the great backs who have been through this organization.
Matt Barrows joining us, writes for The Athletic, does an amazing job there. Also brought to you by Stockton Honda. I don't know if this is too far removed, but to me, always kind of like once a Niner, always a Niner. But DeForest Buckner's been injured, but might be activated tonight. Is that a storyline or just, I don't know, is there still some connection there?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, to me, it's one of the organization's worst decisions of the past, decade, trading him. They really haven't found that interior guy ever since they traded him to Indianapolis. It was going to be, of course, Javon Kinlaw, who they got with the number 1 pick that they obtained from the Colts in that trade. But, to me, DeForest Buckner, I know he's coming off of injury, and what I'm going to say seems ironic, but, one of his greatest gifts is that he has played so many seasons without getting injured. And that's been the theme for the 49ers. And, one of the issues is that they traded a real kind of Iron Man in the middle of that defense. So, I'm sure he's excited to play the 49ers. He had a good game when they played in Levi's Stadium, 4 years ago, that rain game. And I'm sure he's going to be trying to have a big mark. This is a good defense, and it was good defense the last few weeks without DeForest Buckner, and he just makes it that much better.
Another obviously massive storyline will be the quarterback, not only Brock Purdy, but certainly Phillip Rivers. It's amazing what he was able to do to even play last week. He'll be playing tonight, and we know Kyle Shanahan has had his eye on him before. Just your own perspective of covering this league for a long time. How amazing is this Phillip Rivers story? And even if he doesn't even win a game at QB, it's just, I can't believe it. It's something I'm rooting for him. I don't want him to win tonight, but I'm rooting for him in that story.
Yeah, it is remarkable. I mean, it's such a competitive league, and it's, survival of the fittest, and you're always competing, and someone's always coming for your job. And the idea that you can kind of retire for 4 years and then, just kind of pick it up and come in and almost lead your team to a win in Seattle is astounding. And it underscores that position in particular, quarterback, is so much mental. I mean, Phillip Rivers can't run anymore, and his arm is not as good as it was 5 years ago. But the mere fact that he's able to, master the defense, get the ball out quickly, deliver it to the right spots, that's everything in this game. And it's why Brock Purdy succeeds. It's why Mac Jones succeeds. It's the mental part of the game and how quickly you can process it is what really is the key. And that's not arm strength. It's not scrambling. Those are, those things assist in big ways. But the key facet, the key factor is how quickly your brain works. And Phillip Rivers' brain works really quickly. And so it's going to be that dynamic between Jonathan Taylor and Phillip Rivers that wins or doesn't win the Colts the game. If I'm sure the game plan for the Colts is like it was against the Seahawks, which is get rid of the ball quickly. Don't go through a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Progressions, and make sure that you're not getting hit a lot, and that's going to hinge on how well Jonathan Taylor does on first and second down. So I think it's really clear what the 49ers have to do. I think it's really clear what the Colts are trying to do. And the question is whether the 49ers can stop that. And that's what this game boils down to.
One last one for you, Matt. I'm thinking about what you just said about Kyle and or really Phillip Rivers or any quarterback, Brock Purdy, how quickly they process. We know that's really important to the Kyle Shanahan scheme and his offense. In your years of covering the Niners and talking to Kyle, to me that seems very instinctual, like you either have it or you don't. Is that something he feels that he can also teach and improve on, or is that like you either, like I said, have it or you don't on that processing?
Improve on, I think, is probably the right way to phrase it. That, everybody remembers that Shanahan had a fondness for Mac Jones in the 2021 draft. And, the knock on Jones is that he just didn't have any of the other qualities. He didn't have a big arm. He certainly didn't scramble well or as well as some of these other guys. And I would bet that, that lesson of 2021 has caused Kyle Shanahan to double down on the mental part of it. That's what the important part is. If you get me a guy that can go through the progressions, that throws it to the right spot, that has anticipation, I can make him work in this offense. So that's really kind of an interesting question probably for, January, February, March. If they're able to trade Mac Jones, then who becomes Kyle Shanahan's new project? Who can Kyle Shanahan and his staff resurrect next? Because it would be kind of a feather in their cap to have that as part of their draft pick formula, that every couple of years or so we can get a fairly decent draft pick because we've developed a really good backup quarterback behind Brock Purdy. And there's some interesting candidates out there. Everyone's going to bring up Zach Wilson, who was part of the same draft that Mac Jones was. Really gifted arm, really gifted athleticism. And the question is whether he has that processing skill, whether he has that anticipation. Didn't show it in his first couple of stops. So I think that will test your question really well, because if they have an opportunity to sign Zach Wilson and they pass, I think it's because Kyle Shanahan realizes, okay, there are certain things that I can't teach these guys. They have to have that quality, and I can improve on it, but I can't give it to that guy.
Well, tonight should be fun to see how this one plays out. Matt, thank you as always. We encourage everybody to check out your great work at The Athletic, and we will talk to you again next Monday after the Bears game.
Okay. Happy holidays to Jason and to Dave and to everybody at the station.
Thank you. You too, Matt. We appreciate it.
Okay. Talk to you.
All right. That is Matt Barros joining us. We always appreciate Matt checking with us each and every Monday. All right. We will take the break here. When we come back, we still have to get to What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing, and we'll recap multiple threes in the key. We've got that next on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It was a couple of years ago that I walked into the Mercedes-Benz of Stockton showroom for the very first time, and let me tell you, I was blown away. Not only did they have the finest cars I've ever seen, the people I encountered, whether it was Jane, whether it was Dante, Jason, you name it, they were all friendly to me. And now is the perfect time for you to head to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton because it's the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. You may say, Drapes, what's the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration? Well, for starters, you can get a car with 3-year prepaid maintenance on select models. And because it's nearing the end of the year, important tax breaks are available right now. Plus, they have low rates on new vehicles and certified pre-owned vehicles. So see for yourself. Head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton right now and tell them Drape sent you. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration, the gift that keeps on giving.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heating and Air. They're now upgrading what they do to include plumbing. They're bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. So they're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them all the time as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement. And now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free and give you that second opinion. And right now, they got a free furnace special with a full system installation up to $2,500 in rebates. All for a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert, John Party, Chris Young, Turnpike Troubadours, Dylan Scott, and more. Tickets start at only $68. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the live music fan in your life. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans, Michelob Ultra, and Bare Bones Workwear. More info at CITPFest.com.
The clock is ticking. This holiday season, give the gift they'll really love. A new Honda from Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Happy Honda days are happening right now. Score big with low payments, top trade-in value, and a huge selection of new Hondas, all at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Guys, if you're worn down, putting on weight, dealing with low T symptoms, or ED, something's off. Ignoring symptoms doesn't fix the real issue. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels of $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. The key areas that reveal what's driving low T, ED, and more. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. This gives you a clear answer on what's off and the steps to improve it. Over 120,000 patients have trusted Revive since 2011 because the results are real. Claim your free full diagnostic panel today. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Well, let's figure out what's on deck, brought to you by our great friends at Trex Decking and Railing. Well, we just talked to Matt Barrows. If you missed, again, anything from our show today, certainly go back to our Sactown Sports YouTube page or our podcast at SactownSports.com. A lot of great content over there. Our crew is working very, very hard. Check out all the stuff we have, but you can listen to it kind of basically on demand whenever you want. So I know we're a morning show. If you're listening in the afternoon, another day, later today, and little small bits and pieces, that's what you can do. So check out that interview with Matt Barrows. But we got 49ers at Colts and Monday Night Football. That game can be heard right here on Sactown Sports tonight. NBA-wise tonight, the Mavericks are at the Pelicans. That game is today. Also today in the NBA, you have the Jazz at the Nuggets. Denver's 20-7. Grizzlies at the Thunder. Thunder lost again. Are they falling apart? Only 25-3 for the Thunder.
League figured them out.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. The Kings gave you guys the blueprint for the 3 previous times they've played. Magic at the Warriors. And maybe do a little scouting tonight. Pistons and Blazers from Portland. So Detroit will be coming in on the second night of a back-to-back as they play in Portland tonight. So that's What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. I know we are going to have a little show outing here a little bit later, Chris, but I wonder, did we ever get a final outcome of Dave and Mason and that whole basketball, Palm Springs? Like, is it for sure that he's not going?
I believe that's what he said.
Yeah. Just disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, back in my day when you were on a team, you played for the team.
Yeah. I mean, Chris, you don't want to miss those inside jokes.
That's the big one. It's funny.
The tournaments were the best things.
My memories, because we used to have to do the same thing of the day after Christmas, drive down to L.A. for the Laverne basketball tournament. And the stuff, I remember a few of the games, but what I really remember was just hanging out with everybody.
Absolutely.
Going
So
to
much
Disneyland.
Fun. Yeah, we had a Tahoe tournament before. We had one in Vegas over Christmas years ago. And, yeah. I remember we had people that drove like other cars with we didn't have a van or a bus. Like,
yeah, neither did we.
It's just a different time.
In
but
Nevada,
not parents. It was the kids were driving.
Nevada, I don't. Hopefully it's changed now, but I remember playing in that we had a Las Vegas tournament too, and they didn't have a shot clock. And so you would have
yeah, I don't think we did.
You would have teams that would be just passing and passing.
Yeah.
And is oh, this is ridiculous.
I remember I was not on this team yet. Might have been a freshman at my school, and our varsity was really good. Yeah, that's the year our team won the state title, but I was a freshman, and so the freshman basketball team watching our group, and we played someone in our league that our team was just way better than them. It was just a mismatch, and they did that. I think it was we were playing Orange, and
wow, it's so long ago. It was just colors for the team names.
The game was in black and white. It was really weird. But they literally did that, Chris, where they just thought, all right, our best chance, just limit possessions. We might lose 16-2, but we're not going to lose, 80-14. And so they literally were just holding the ball out. And if our guys didn't go out and pressure them, they were just going to hold the ball because there was no shot clock. It's all right, then our coach kept telling them to go pressure the ball and see if they can get some turnovers and force them into doing something. But anyway, all right. That's
Man.
What?
I can't believe this. 6 states don't have shot clocks in high school basketball. And Oklahoma, Kansas, Ohio, Texas, and Michigan. And this can't be true. It says Indiana.
Really? The center of basketball?
And what's crazy is I know for a fact because I've been to the airport and it has a thing there. In Fort Wayne, Indiana, the shot clock was invented.
Not in our state. We're not having it. Wow.
Maybe they expelled him from the state. That can't be true.
Well, let's see if we can get through our shot clock here. We've got a couple of games to recap from our predictions in 3 in the Key for the Saturday and Sunday. Let's start with Saturday's game against the Blazers. All right, our predictions on Saturday. Dave, myself, and Chris, we were asked this very question. Who would be the Kings' leading scorer? Dave said DeRozan 26. I said DeRozan 26. Chris said Keegan Murray 25. The Saturday night leading scorer off the bench, Dennis Schroder, scored 21. Maxime Raynaud came off a career.
You should start.
Maxime Raynaud came off a career best game Thursday against the Blazers, so we wanted to see what his follow-up would be, his points and rebounds. Dave said 12 and 6. I said 16 and 8. Chris, you said 19 and 10. We were both close, but I think you would get the nod here. It's really close. 17 and 11 for Raynaud. Our random stat, Dave said we would light the beam on Saturday.
What an idiot.
We did not. I said Keegan would have 4 or more blocks. He had 0. Chris, you said the Murrays would combine for 30 points. Keegan had 15. Chris had 9. That's 24. All right.
30-ish.
Let's go to last night's game in 3 in the Key. All right, we asked the three of us as well on Friday who would be the first King to score and the last King to score. Dave said it would be Westbrook first and Keegan Murray last. I said it would be Keegan Murray first and Keon Ellis last. Chris, you said Murray would score the first points and Raynaud would be the last points. The correct answer, Dave got the Westbrook score first. None of us selected Schroder, who hit the game-winning three-pointer. Way to go, Schroder. We asked for the bench leading scorer last night. Dave said it'd be Keon Ellis 18. I said it'd be Keon Ellis 15. Chris said Malik Monk with 11. Monk had 2. But it was Dennis Schroder who had 24. And lastly, our random stat that we were predicting for the game. Dave said that Ime Udoka would get a technical foul. He did not. I was close on this one. I said Precious Achiuwa would get a double-double. He had 5 points and a rebound. And Chris, you said a rookie would have a career high in something. I'm trying to think. None for Max, I don't believe. Wait, was 14 rebounds a career high?
Sounds like it.
To the internet. Hang on. Maxime Raynaud. Career high. Rebounds. The NBA. Well, let me see. I need his game log because that looks like 11 was listed, but I want to double check and confirm because that would be pretty good of you, Chris, if you got it. Yeah, Chris. Maxime Raynaud's 14 rebounds, career high. So check that box. Chris with a big win from last night. Much like the Kings, 125, 124. All right, final segment of the show on this Monday. Alan Stiles is coming in. His show is coming up. We'll find out what he's got in store for you. A little crosstalk and celebrity birthdays next.
DeMarcus Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says you planned this all along. Yep, you're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for Hoblet's Wrap the Year Up sales event?
This time of year is all about hauling the family around, and there's no better way to do it than in a brand new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's one of America's favorite SUVs for a reason, and right now you can save up to $10,500 off MSRP and no payments for 90 days. That means no payments until March of next year.
Oh yeah, that's the one with all that extra space. Even more important this time of year.
They really are a treat to drive, and everyone I know who's driven a Jeep Grand Cherokee has loved it. Don't miss your chance to get one and save at Hoblet.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$10,500 total net savings on select new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited after $5,000 factory rebates and $5,500 dealer discount. Rebates include $2,000 SFS bonus cash. Must finance through Stellantis. $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders. Read this net savings. Sample VIN 746799. See dealer for details.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit KHTK.com.
Game night in Sacramento? Light up your night at Revival at the Sawyer. This rooftop hotspot is where the city comes alive. Elevated vibes, stylish crowd, and the perfect view of the Golden One Center. Celebrate the wins, escape the chaos, and be part of the scene before, during, and after every Kings game. Revival, the place to see and be seen. When the final buzzer sounds, the energy doesn't stop. It just moves upstairs. Join fellow fans, stay close to the action, and make every Kings night unforgettable. Book your game day reservation at RevivalSacramento.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
And Alan Stiles. Well, no Carmichael Dave, but Alan Stiles here. And hey there. What's up, Alan?
Not too much. This is I don't know, it's a interesting week, right? I mean,
it's your Thursday.
Yeah. And I just want to say, for everybody out there that's working, unlike Carmichael Dave, we're here for you.
Dedicated professionals.
These next couple days here, and we're going to get you through, because it's tough to find some motivation. Not for me, because I love this job, and I love you, Jason, but there are a lot of people, their jobs are, they can be tough, right? Yeah. And it's really hard to get through these days where you can see it. It's like a couple days, literally vacation.
Yeah.
You know, it's a couple days before vacation. Even back when I was in school, these were the toughest days. And the worst part about when you were in school was you probably got to finals. You know what I mean? Before you got to leave. And I'm so unmotivated to do anything. Worst time for a test that's going to decide whether I pass or fail.
Yeah, but the last day, like, there were no finals. You got to go someplace fun like bowling or something like that.
A lot of times it was the last day, though.
Yeah, finals like at the holiday, at Christmas time, it was like finals into the break,
finals,
right?
and then you're out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you talking?
Bowling?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have like the last day of like class where you guys went and did something?
I thought it was tests all the way
Like
to
it would
the
be
end.
finals, and then there'd be one more. So that would be like
really?
Monday through Thursday, and then Friday you would go, like we would go bowling, we went ice skating.
Were you on the Matt Leinart? Remember Matt Leinart at USC?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in ballet because I'm just here.
At that point, it's like, just give me Friday off.
Yeah.
You know, if the final was Thursday, then it's bowling.
No, I mean, I'd go bowling.
Skip out on laser tag? Are you out of your mind?
I'm probably the best bowler at the station.
Oh.
What's your average?
I mean, what are numbers?
Important in the story?
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is that I've gotten a 230 before.
Ooh. When was that, though?
It was a couple years ago.
Pre or post Achilles?
Pre.
Ooh.
On the Wii or in real bowling?
No, I got you.
Wii,
both.
I tore it up.
Bring the Wii in here. Bring
Okay.
the Wii in here.
Is that still a thing?
It exists.
Yeah.
I have my Wii Guitar Hero guitar in my garage. The problem is, when we moved out here, we gave away the Wii.
Uh-huh.
And my mom called me. She said, do you want this guitar? And I said, well, yeah. And my wife,
I get a Wii.
She was so mad when my mom brought it. And, of course, you know when you put stuff in an annoying, she's already annoyed that my mom is bringing this guitar. Then my mom places it right on the couch. There's a dusty Wii guitar.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't worry. I'm taking it to the garage.
What do you have coming up on your show today?
Well, of course, the whole best game of the year with the Sacramento Kings. Of course, we have that. I was listening to Matt Barrows on the way in. Huge game for the Niners, and I know nobody cares, but I need 6 points to go to the River Cats fantasy football championship. I have
Alec. This is neither the time or the place to talk about your fantasy football
playoffs. But it's Niners. I have Alec Pierce, and I have Niners defense. Okay, so I got a lot going. Yeah, it's kind of counterproductive. I just need 6 points.
Does your competition have anybody?
No, they're done. They're done, but they're up by 6. So,
you got it.
Yeah, you know.
but how much do you normally, like, I don't know your scoring. Do you normally get positive for defense?
I mean, all I need, I looked at, they had the Eagles, and the Eagles gave up 18 points, and the Eagles got 7 fantasy points. So I feel like I'm in good shape.
Couple catches for Pierce, and the Niners win the game.
Exactly. We're not talking about that, but that connected to when I was listening to Matt Barrows, thinking, Jonathan Taylor. So we got a lot of Kings. Obviously, the Niners control their destiny. If they win out, they can get the 1 seed. And I've been really big on Kyle Shanahan to win Coach of the Year. And he wasn't in the top 3 last time I checked as far as the betting is concerned. So we have that. And I don't know if anybody saw it, but our guy, Jason Anderson of the Sac B, exclusive interview with Malik Monk, 11 o'clock. We have some clips from that, just as far as Malik's quotes going into this, the DNP CDs and things like that, what this means for Malik and where this thing could be going. So it's a fully loaded show. Obviously, a lot of Kings on the front end, but there's a lot of Niners stuff too, and NFL in general. The Raiders tried to do the thing.
Yeah.
They tried to do the thing. Thank you, Houston.
Yeah.
Thank you. And last but not least, we might have to have an uncomfortable conversation about Lamar Jackson.
Ooh.
It might be time.
Time to move to receiver?
I think he can't even do that.
Hey, on Malik, they won by 1. He scored 2 points. Hero of the game. Difference maker.
But Jason, you've been around this game, right?
Yeah.
It's not when Doug is comparing it to Keon, the difference is, and he's kind of admitted this, Doug did, that this is pre-decided, right? Hey, I was looking it up. All the other names of players that are making, and I know it's not about money, but $18 million, this type of stuff doesn't happen. And I don't think that it's about Malik specifically. It's just about that logjam, and Doug is leaning on defense. I want to know this, though. Isn't it a slippery slope when you start saying stuff like, hey, if people aren't doing stuff correctly, we're going to pull you or whatever because Keon has that bad foul at the end of the game. Why are you even near Reed Shepherd, who he's the baller, but why are you even near him? Where does this start and end? Because now I'm thinking, okay, well, when Russ turns the ball over 12 times, he should be gone.
Right.
When DeMar is just a ball vacuum, he should be gone. Zach LaVine, same thing. It can't just be Malik, and Malik didn't even have a specific play. Right. So half of it's logjam, but half of it is also, well, you need to play a certain way.
Yeah.
So which is it?
Right, and that's the thing. I can see both sides here because literally if I'm Malik, I would go, I get it, logjam, but why is it me?
Right.
Why isn't it DeMar? Why isn't it LaVine? Why is it Westbrook? Why isn't it Schroder? Why is it me? That's the one, and it was Keon before. But then it's like we're playing Keon, but kind of.
Yeah.
Like he's playing like 9 minutes. Like play him if you're playing him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's weird.
Oh.
No.
It is time for Celebrity Birthdays, brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. Ask Alan. He loves the Grinch cookie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a favorite
I had
for
too
you.
many. Put some ice cream on top of that.
On this date, in what year, guys, did the movie Castaway come out?
Is this
2003? 2000.
No,
Two.
I think
Man, I'm mixed up. 2003.
I'm gonna go 02.
Ooh, and an upset. Alan with a win. 2000.
I had it there.
Any given Sunday.
1999.
Yeah, I was gonna say around the same time. I don't want to follow him, but 99.
Two correct answers. 99. Night at the Museum.
That came
that the
out
one?
in 2005.
No, it was later than that, right? Gotta be 08.
Chris is closer. 2006. Happy birthday. Let's go with Megan Trainor.
Yes.
See.
28.
See. What about that commercial? I'm all about that.
Yes.
What did you say?
28.
Said go.
No. Really? No, she's 32.
We have a correct answer. It goes to Alan Stiles, 32. I guess we have to go.
Yeah.
That's it. Alan Stiles Show is coming your way next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Toyotathon is on, and you know what that means. Unbeatable deals on your favorite fuel-efficient Toyota models. Right now, for a limited time, get a low-cost lease on the dynamic 2025 RAV4. Or shop the industry's best lineup of hybrid and electrified vehicles with 19 models to choose from, including the 36 mpg Grand Highlander Hybrid. These are the deals you've been waiting for. Hurry, Toyotathon ends January 5th. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, this is